Working Class Bowhunter Podcast. I think it's episode 624. Could be off one or two.
Sounds good to me.
Kurt Geyer speaking.
Eric Hammond.
Doug Schmidt.
We have three very attractive guests in the studio.
Young men.
We're going to start with Josh Sparks because you coordinated this gathering.
Is that right? And you've been here.
I've been here. Yep. It was a great night.
So thank you.
Thank you.
For aligning this. So I'm very excited for this podcast. Next, we have Mr. Mike Reed in the studio.
Hello, sir.
Thanks for being here, man.
Hey, man. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate you. Next, we have Mr. Drake Lamb also on the other side of the table.
Happy to be here, fellas.
Good to see you, man. Pull that mic up just a touch. Thanks for being here and having... did you and Doug just bonded over a concoction of drinks?
Yeah, I think we bonded over a few.
It's delicious.
What do you got right now?
It's Tito's and Dr. Pepper Zero Strawberry.
Admitted on air.
Try it.
There's a beautiful bottle of whiskey right there.
Yeah, we're celebrating.
And that's what you went with.
So
that's gross.
Right, yeah. Let's
we know where to.
Let's note this out. The rest of the real gentlemen here at the table, we're having a nice Blanton's on ice because this is the end of the year bottle.
Yep.
We've had a great season. The boys are here from Midwest Whitetail. We're excited and we're classing it up.
Celebrating
We're being fancy.
with the horse bourbon.
Horse bourbon. Yeah, it's made made with 100% real horses.
Horse hooves.
Yeah, it's made from horse hooves.
There's that glue.
So, cheers, guys.
Hard to remember.
Thanks
Cheers.
for being here. Appreciate you guys.
Great season.
Yes, sir.
Great season.
Cheers.
And we're having fun, man. This is what podcasting is about, having fun.
My guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I think people lose sight of
Sorry, buddy.
podcasting is a fun conversation. I think so many people take it seriously, and a lot of guys lean into the tips and tactics and gear and stuff too much, which is it's good when it's good, but I think there needs to be a blend of gear, tactics, fun, conversation,
Bullshit.
and entertainment and bullshit in it all. And I really think that's what podcasting is about. I'm looking forward to doing this with you guys, so I appreciate it.
Yes,
Again.
sir.
So, Midwest Whitetail. If someone is... I think everybody in the Midwest knows what Midwest Whitetail is. I feel like if you're not from the Midwest, you still should probably know what it is. But if someone doesn't, how would you explain what Midwest Whitetail is right now?
Whoever wants to tackle it.
Whoever wants to tackle it.
We know
wants to go?
you're the best spokesman for this.
I know, Josh should tackle this, bro.
Tackle away.
Could all give our version of it.
Yeah, that'd be a good way.
What is Midwest Whitetail? Well, it's a show that started in 2008, so back when I would have been 12 years old when Bill Winke started that. And it represents a group of guys every single year following along in a semi-live format, mostly taking place in the state of Iowa. But then you go down the line, it's a bigger group that we call the Midwest Whitetail Regional Team. And that spans, pretty much across the country, north, south of Iowa, all the way east. So when you ask what it is, it's just a bunch of random dudes that are normal, having fun, that like to deer hunt. That's about as...
I love hunting.
That is it. There's not much more to it. Everybody's got a different walk of life. I'm the youngest one. Mike's living the dream with, owning land.
I thought you were going to say I was the oldest one today.
I wasn't going to say that.
I'm the youngest one. Mike's the
He's
oldest
all old and shit.
Got all that gray shit in there.
Got that experience. Got that experience.
Yeah.
Levin Booner streak we'll talk about.
I didn't realize you said 08 and 12. I'm like, how old am I?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Let's not do math right now.
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
So,
Yeah.
a lot of times, when you look at the episodes, we get a lot of comments of quote unquote unrelatability, and it's like,
Yeah, but so do we, dude.
Yeah.
And we're just drunk rednecks.
it's just a bunch of dudes
We
that
are
like
too.
to deer hunt.
And that's really what it is. It's I think people are quick to discredit hard work
Success.
very quickly. But it's like, dude, what have you always heard? In my eyes, like hard work creates opportunity. So it's not like this is just a brand new thing, and then it's like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a build up to everything that you do.
Sure.
And it's like you can watch the progression of Midwest Whitetail. It's on the internet. Same thing with us.
Oh man, there's so many people that have made it what it is today.
Right.
It's a long lineage of folks who, and at the end of the day, the core of what Midwest Whitetail is the idea of storytelling through a lens. Why we chose to pick up cameras and make deer hunting harder, I don't know.
Why would you do that?
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Because you can go back and watch it.
See,
I
but
mean, I
that
think
also
that's-
falls into its own passion, like with hunting.
Preserving
though,
the
the same
memory.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think it's one of those things that it's hard from a production side. So often in a hunt, you just see like a deer walk out and you shoot it, Right, and so I do think it's easy to get attacked, so to speak, like where you're like, you guys got it good, and you're. But obviously, we strive, I think, to show the story, the work behind the story, and I got involved 10 years ago, and just grew up cutting teeth in Louisiana, just like everybody else. Like you said, drunk rednecks, we just love deer, and grew up just pounding out public land down there, and loved deer. Grew up watching Mark Drury and guys like living the dream in Iowa, owning land, managing land, shooting big bucks, and I think Midwest Whitetail we're such a diverse collective of people from all walks of life who all just are obsessed with deer. That's the common ground. And then I think that, telling that story of the hunt, like showing the work that we put into it and showing people, that semi-live format's obviously unique, but taking people along on the journey so hopefully they can live it and experience it.
Definitely.
Man, that's what it's been for me. It's been since the internship of 2016.
Come on, man. You don't remember when your internship was?
Getting old there, Greg.
2016.
Young bucks.
Full circle, and it's just like, it's more about this, the storytelling of Midwest Whitetail for one, but just the passion of the deer hunting that everyone has. And like for me and, multiple other guys, like it's led me into being this full time with other guys. They've moved on through the industry and whatever. So it's cool to see that tons of people have came through the Midwest Whitetail internship and have landed here, and here. It's that's what I love about it. It's the community that we've built, I think, over the last.
Yeah, it's a community that built us,
years,
one that we're able to help continue. You know what I mean? And it's just really cool too. Like think about, you always talk about like the word industry. I hate it.
Yeah,
we're just guys with cameras. You know, we just happen to film hunts. We're deer hunters.
Yeah.
But you look at Drake. Now it's gone from killing deer to conservation and the habitat improvement. Like that's where your passion is come full circle from what you go to school for. Now you're working with Skip.
Right.
I mean, it's just, you said it, diverse. Everybody, it's developed into different things for everybody, right? Like Owen, he's, pinnacle, shot his 213, biggest deer ever this year. And that's what I would say when you, again, going back to the root of this question, what is Midwest Whitetail? It's something that's got a little bit for everybody. Yeah. And that's what we take pride in. I mean, it's just a group of dudes that if you brought everybody in here, they'd be drinking that whiskey and they're just having fun. And it's really fun. It's a great group to be a part of. And that's very lucky for that, for sure.
I think it's a great explanation. I think it's on the ground level. That's what everybody like complains that they want. And here it is right in front of them. They're just like, I think
they hate it when they see it.
But they hate it. No, they hate that there's big deer in it. And you guys have different goals or different management, or you live in a different area that offers different ideas on what a big buck is. Big bucks, I think, just piss people off no matter what. Whether, you know what I mean? Kind of like.
You know what pisses me off about people that say that?
Polarizing.
Yeah.
What pisses me off about people who say that is they do not account for the sacrifice.
Hey, stay this way of your mic.
Which one?
For this way, towards us, for the camera.
Right there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, hello.
I don't want you.
Eye contact.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
You're leaning that way. I don't want you. I don't want you to keep making great points and exiting the.
Wait, isn't he the camera guy?
Yeah. No.
We got a frame.
Editor.
Think about the frame, camera guy.
Frame.
Yeah.
Save Jordan
He's
out there.
actually the podcast career of Midwest Whitetail. So.
Oh, you're the host, the big guy.
Teach him up, boy.
You're the guy.
The big
You
cheese.
suck.
That's
dude.
the
We're
guy.
always trying to be better.
You're so gay. What are you doing?
100%. Yeah. Somebody's like, "Hey, just do a podcast." I'm like, "Yeah." See, I've got this really good buddy of mine, Kurt Garner. Yeah, I've seen that shit. It's not easy.
Okay. Yeah.
I do suck.
No, you don't. That was a funny joke.
Suck.
But back to what I was saying, what never gets talked about, this popular thing. If I was in Iowa, I'd shoot booners every year. There's a really solid reason why none of those guys do. They never sacrificed. They're the same guys that aren't giving up something to pursue that dream, like Mike did, Owen did, Skip, it just, I don't know why. I think it's a trigger point because it's like, that's the dream that motivates me.
That's a shitty comment to make in general anyway, though, that like if I lived there, I'd kill deer like that too.
It's a misconception.
It's a misconception.
Oh,
it's
for
like,
sure.
yeah, I live here. I don't.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
Yeah. You come spend some time talking to guys around that live here, grew up here, spend a lot of time hunting here, have land, manage it, and try. Like it's harder than you think. And I mean, the first farm that I bought down in Van Buren County, I mean, I had it for 6 years. I had lots of 5+ year old bucks. I mean, I never had a booner on it. I mean, the biggest buck was 162 that we took, and I mean, we had 6 and 7 year olds. I mean, not every spot's got it. They're not around every bush, but that's the easy misconception. I mean, I think the other thing is, so often, especially with the world and media and consumption, I mean, it's a snippet, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I didn't start out here, obviously, right? I have some 128s on the wall that I'm damn proud of, right? Sure. that I started out like that was the shit, you know?
Yeah.
And then the goals just kept growing, right? If you got X number of those kind of deer, then you want to shoot the next one, right? And I used to be that my cutoff for a shoulder mount was 150. Like if I could shoot at 150, like that thing's going on the wall.
Yeah.
And I was in college and didn't have money, and I was like, man, if I shoot at 150, that's going on the wall.
Well, and that's
I'll figure it out.
And you're just, we all are in different stages of our hunting careers, and we're all moving up there. And I think
that's important, dude. That's so important that you said that right there. That is, that's so key. Because I think people don't know where they are, or there could be a 22-year-old kid listening to this podcast that is the biggest fan of Midwest Whitetail. He's like, man, he killed a 180 this year. I suck. Like
that's where I gotta go. Yeah, no, I didn't start out shooting that, right?
Yeah, it's a buildup. There's a ladder to it. Yeah.
Well, and a lot of people don't see the stuff in between either.
Right.
They see the kills.
Yeah.
But they don't see everything in between.
It is hard.
All the hard work and everything you guys put into it.
I didn't mean to like interrupt and halt where you were going with that.
No,
but
but
a good
it's
point.
true. I mean, I think it's just something that you got to think about. I mean, I think about from a viewer perspective, and when people might criticize us or say certain things. Like, I mean, I get that we're showing this glamorous thing I remember being younger and wanting to shoot the booner. Right?
Yeah.
And like, why do they make it look so easy? Well, it turns out the video makes it look easy, but you didn't see all the crap that went into it, right? So
I will say though, to your guys' credit, you guys do show a lot of the hustle and the anxiety and the grind and the ups and downs and all that of like
in between
what it takes to kill a big deer. Like
certainly try to more than sort of that cookie cutter show that
whisper point shoot type
B-roll,
stuff. Yeah,
where you're like, oh, deer walks out, shoot it. Here's my buck. Like, all right, what's the story behind it? What's the
It goes back to the essence of
He's down.
What was Midwest Whitetail created? Dream big. Though if you're that kid, and that it goes back to where I was saying this whole unpopular, the big buck thing. It shouldn't be unpopular to dream. It should be popular to have to stay motivated to accomplish that. That's something, at least in the recent years, as you look at hunting media and just, I feel like an approach in general, it's a lot easier to cop out and say, well, that's not relatable. Well, it's not relatable if you're not willing to do the things that get folks to that end goal, and that's where Midwest Whitetail, like, okay, if you're that 22-year-old kid, we want to build those episodes so that you feel like you're there. You might not be there today. Work your ass off. Maybe you will someday if you get a little bit of luck on your side, And that's where the production for me, like video editing, certainly never thought I would like it. I picked up a camera, learned how to run it just because I was really sick of being told that I need to stop hunting so much. So I was like, well, just skill. Okay, cool. Never thought that the editing side of that, getting to bring these stories to life, because there's a good, better, best of all those, right? Mm-hmm. That, I think, is where Midwest Whitetail does separate itself just from this, not just me. I'm not saying that, but like the lineage of people who have been there, they're very passionate about just telling the story in the most relatable light that can impact you whether you were there or not. Mm-hmm. So,
dude,
you need to write a book.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be unpopular.
You should do a podcast.
I think we need to hit this home right here. It shouldn't be unpopular to dream. Why the fuck do people try to make it a burden to when someone chases goals? That's a thing.
It's a huge thing.
People started calling us a $100,000 bow hunter. We're not working class anymore.
Yeah. Success breeds the...
Everyone hates success. They do.
It's a thing.
And here's one thing. Is it even worth spending our time right now talking about it?
I think,
because the problem is...
It's not, but it's not to the hater.
Yep.
But it is to the kid who's 20 working a blue-collar job that he fucking hates.
Correct.
That has a dream. I think it's important to talk about that for that guy
That wants to
Or-
do an intern
or-
with working class bow hunter.
or
Jordan.
or Midwest Whitetail or whatever. Or
We got one of 'em.
It's also important to the guy who's 35 driving a haul truck that hates his boss, hates his job, his coworkers are miserable, and he's like, man, there's still a way out to do something you
Yeah.
love. It just because you're 20 or 35 or 45 doesn't mean that you can't reroute your direction. It's a little harder the older you are,
Yeah.
but it's not impossible.
So chase your dreams.
So I think that there's some value in this conversation, you know, especially like hardworking dudes just doing what they love and willing to sacrifice things, whether it's convenient or not.
What do you think the first step is for somebody then? If they're trying to reroute something, what would be your first step?
If I'm like my age now and I wanted to reroute it, that's a great question. What I would do, I would start hanging around areas with people that
Community.
are doing what I'm doing, community.
That is exactly.
If that's maybe the first step is going to the bow shop, going to your local Shields and trying to get a part-time job in the archery department and whatever it is.
Yeah. What's your passion?
What's your passion? You know, if you're
I'd
like
make
fishing,
friends with Josh Sparks.
Yeah.
yeah,
Bingo.
Pet him gently on the head. Yeah.
good.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like most, quote unquote, the people you look up to, the successful ones, the ones living it. One common trait that I feel like every single one of them has always brought to my attention is they had the right people at the right time and got lucky in that way. Every phase. You know, you have to do
Yeah.
it yourself, but you need a good community of people. And that, you know, goes back to like when we talk about like Midwest Whitetail. So lucky with our team. You know, I, like got really lucky with my experience and time with Mark and Perry and Terry and Wade and all those guys. And it's just like you have to be around the like-minded individuals, and that's a great step if you don't know where to start.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Look at what you guys have built. What'd you say? 624?
this would be 624. Yeah,
That's
fucking insane,
insane.
yeah, that's original WCB episodes. I don't count the over 112 Deercast ones we've done and side bullshit episodes and other
Patreon and
series,
everything,
Patreon, other series we've done for other people. And I was gonna jokingly say wasted our time, but it wasn't.
Not at all.
No,
You know,
no.
Owning the craft.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
like being around good people, like you guys have a great, captivating crew on camera. You guys are all good on camera. I when I watch Midwest Whitetail, I respect everything you guys say.
100%.
Like I don't find myself watching it going, "Pff, idiot. Because sometimes like I'll kind of like watch a hunting show and like jokingly be like. "Psh."
I'm not going to say anything.
And then I sound like a hater, like to
this
be
fucking guy.
to be contradictory, you know, to be contradictory. But
Josh cut all that out.
I'm not going to say anything because I am the single person on our team and in this room that didn't kill a deer this year. So
no, but
Oh,
but
Come on, shut up.
see,
buckless you.
but the thing is,
Damn, Doug.
Amen.
Doug never misses.
Which is the thing we say.
Yep.
Buckless you.
As you
The
should.
buckless youper.
I take responsibility for it.
Yeah, but it's not like you
It
weren't
happens.
like busy.
October 1st.
Hey.
Catch me there. Cold front.
Oh,
And you weren't trying.
are you guys
were out
having a
there.
buck off next year?
Is this a buck
No.
off?
Absolutely not. I saw how that works.
Is it tattoo off?
No.
Ah.
Nope.
Doug lost.
That's a whole nother ball game. It doesn't happen every
Double
year.
or
though.
nothing. I'll do both cheeks. If I lose.
You can't do double or nothing because the first bet was with me. dingus. You can't do double or nothing with him.
Both cheeks.
No, sir.
You got to get a Midwest Whitetail tattoo, and Josh would have to get a WCB tattoo
Dang.
on the leg. On the leg.
Where?
On the leg?
That's deep.
Yeah.
Anywhere we want it. How about that?
No.
Ah.
That's not happening.
Right across the eyelids.
Nope.
Oh damn.
Why, you hate our logo?
I love your logo. I hate needles. And everybody that's listening to this can
Poor guy.
just talk
Close
shit
your
about
eyes.
it.
Just close your eyes.
You need a strawberry drink.
Yeah, you need a.
Get you a
Hey,
Cosmo.
hey
get
doctor, I got a little bit of PTSD from that spinal taps. Those were
Okay, fair. All right.
that was
Make me
that
feel
was the
bad.
moment.
You're trying to get under the table prescriptions right now on air. What the fuck, bro?
Write me some scripts.
Wait till after the
I missed that
podcast.
big buck.
Yeah.
Feel bad for me.
I'm gonna need a Xanax and forget about this.
No.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Ah, good times.
No,
Anyway.
but you guys do a really good job, man.
You do.
Your
Appreciate
guys'
it.
crew's good. Like Josh, you do a really good job. Like bringing the intro, the commentary, all that. Even though you didn't kill a deer, I still love you.
Thank you.
It's not what it's about.
Same.
Telling the
Love
story,
for
you
your
guys kill
brother.
it.
We still love you.
Appreciate that, guys.
Just saying,
You'll get them next year.
You guys do a good job. All right, now that we talked about, the build up, chase your dreams, we kissed your ass a little bit.
Here we are.
What do you hate about the production of Midwest Whitetail? You guys all had one thing where you're like, this is my least favorite, but I still do it.
That's very interesting. You guys probably have a different perspective than me. I mean,
probably fair.
I've never been the editor, right?
Yeah.
I jumped in and was
What do we hate the most?
being on there and
It don't have to be like
Currently, or like hated
Right.
at one point.
Oh, it
or
could be
like-
either. It could be either.
Hating.
But it doesn't have to be
Oh,
like,
boy.
even though you hate it, doesn't mean like everybody hates something about
Right,
what they
right,
do, right?
yeah.
What I'm trying to do is bring some reality to some like kids
you're on
seems
TV.
like a dream job, like when you're like, fuck, this is the worst part, but it's all right.
You guys think about it. I'll answer. I think my answer is less impactful because I'm just hunting and I love hunting. And I started, so in 2006, I picked up a camera in Louisiana because I was hunting a property that was well managed and we couldn't shoot a lot of deer. And so I was like, I'm going to start carrying a camera to the woods.
Oh yeah.
All right. And I was just filming deer and enjoyed it. And then you go back and you watch it with the crew and you say, this is really cool. And then next year you see that same deer and like, this is kind of where that all started with me. And when I got up here and met some Midwest Whitetail guys and ended up becoming part of the team, I got involved in it for the memory making and this kind of stuff. So I love looking back at the previous years, especially with my kids. Bella's 5 years old. She's blood trailing a deer that I shot, and
Yeah,
look at her
yeah.
now at 12. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to look at this when I'm 80 and just be like, you can kill me now. I'm
Yeah,
pretty,
be the best.
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, if I had to pick a thing that kind of wears you out, I mean, it's just all the work that goes into filming, right? I mean, I love the memory. It's totally worth it. I do it because of that passion and that love for preserving the memory. But, there's something to be said about going sit in a tree and shooting a deer and like being at peace and one with nature and all these kinds of things, because
Not having to worry about anything.
you're
ever.
like, all right, all the time, right? You got the other guy that, of course, makes the hunt more challenging. But we're like, all right, film getting out of the truck, film going to the tree, filming. Of course, you can recreate some stuff, but we try to like get it going as you go. And
You're doing a high-end production.
It's
It
a
sucks.
lot of
It
work,
sucks to
right?
do.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of work, and like you don't realize it when you get into it anyway. And I think a lot of people are interested in getting into it and don't realize. Right, the amount of work that goes into it. So if I had to pick a thing that I was like, boy, if I could just blink and make the work be done and just go sit and do my tree therapy, as I call it,
Yeah.
then I'd probably trade that.
Because you just don't get to climb up in the tree and sit down.
It's
like,
not
it's like
all enjoyment.
45 minutes,
Yeah.
man, and then you can sit down. You got to knock
Yeah.
out your interviews. You got to do your pans, and so I went through like a hard I don't know if it was breakup or whatever you want to call it, like with filming, because it was like, man, like I was self-filming all the time, and I was like, dude, like this is like taking the fun out of like hunting for me.
That's exactly
So
what
like
the problem is.
the way, if you can balance that, I mean, that's where you want to be, and I feel like that's where I've kind of came around on that, like the past couple of years of like filming and like, man, just get over the fact that like, yeah, you're taking all this extra shit to the tree and like it is what it is, but if you don't have it, man,
That's when it's gonna
hurts.
happen.
It hurts when you don't have it.
well,
Yeah,
you kill the
just,
buck
like,
and you're like, what the hell?
yeah,
Why
what
didn't I bring all my
happened?
stuff?
Like, yeah. But I mean, like, I do feel for my buddies who don't film, who just like, man, I got off work, I'm getting to the tree, I got my bow and I got my pack and that's it. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I would love that. Like,
Yeah.
I love that, and sometimes I do love that, like doe hunting and stuff. But like,
Oh,
you know,
nice.
but like,
Uh-oh.
if you,
Truth's
if
coming
you-
out.
yeah. There's a fine line between burning yourself out and enjoying it because you love it, and that's where I'm at, and I'm more trending to the passion side of like loving everything filmed and loving to like to look back. Like you said, like I don't have kids, but like, you know, it's different for me.
It's all
but
the
like,
same stuff,
it's
though.
the same
No,
thing.
it's
So,
just
like,
the memories, right?
Drake, you had to kind of like, you went through the phase of like, this is fun. Fuck this. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm passionate about like having. Is it a buildup of success with the camera and then seeing the end product?
yeah, and like obviously years that you don't kill, you're just like, man, fuck this camera. 45 hunts and I haven't killed shit, and then you're sitting here packing like a huge pack and your stands and you're hanging stands by yourself, and it's just like it burns you out. But you got to get over that mind barrier of like, man, this is what we signed up for. Like this is it. So like, sack up and do it. Like,
Well, you
it's
got
just-
into it too out of interest, but being young, right? So you're still figuring yourself out.
Yeah.
Like, so I think, like in my case, I got into it older where I was like, I was choosing to do it, like in a different sort of mindset.
Right.
But I do think, like when I talk to Bella and the girls about things, like or when I even just think about myself, right? Don't do things. I always said, actually, don't make hunting work, right? Don't take the fun out of it. Don't do
line.
these things. Like, and, it's the hobby you enjoy the most, right? Like, and make it, it's your escape, it's your release. It's the thing that brings you peace or whatever. And, but then over time you figure out that actually the camera is a part of that fun part of hunting, right? And hunting wasn't always that way, but I do think it's something that you have to contemplate.
Well, there's a good reason, like, to kind of back you guys up on this, what you guys are talking about, these frustrations. There's a good reason why not every, like, Tom, Dick, and Harry on YouTube has a great production. Sure. It's because they're like, yeah, we've got a YouTube channel, and you watch it, and it's obviously very minimal work they're putting in because they realize how big of a pain in the ass it actually is.
Work
It
it
sucks.
actually is.
Yeah, like, I've done it.
Yep.
I'm the dude. I'm the Tom, Dick, and Harry that's like, fuck. And then you see me going, yeah, I'm out here. Da, da, da. And then I shoot a doe. And then you're like, oh, sick, a doe hunt? Cool. Like, I just shot 5 does, and I'm like, look at all this cool footage, and no one gives a fuck.
Ain't that the truth?
The only thing that's like halfway captivating about it is it's in like crazy slow motion. Other than that, everyone's like, yeah, sick, bro.
Yeah.
But
nice
there's a
doe.
reason why.
You got 5 views.
Yeah, 5 views, sick. It's if that was the
best doe
case,
hunt.
if it was easy to do, everyone would have a crazy YouTube hunting show channel.
For sure.
It's a freaking challenge because like every move you make, I mean, deer and turkey wise, like filming everything, you have to like set up everything for 2 guys. It's not just like you going out to your stand like worried about yourself. It's like, okay, I'm worried about his angle, what my angle looks like. Are we gonna get this on foot? Like, it's just there's so many things that go into your mind that it's just like,
And the camera
people
saves
don't
them.
even think about. Yeah, camera saves.
Camera saves
millions
them
of deer,
sometimes.
man. Like,
You got to be committed.
I'm not that committed.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm not either. That's like my deer this year. Like, I wanted to call Jordan so bad, but I'm like, I could barely get myself in there. How the fuck am I going to get 2 guys in there?
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't have happened. I don't think it would ever happen. But
I'd be shooting deer out of frame and shit.
Yeah.
I still could have brought a camera with me. But
That's
I'm
why
like,
you do a podcast,
fuck
though.
that.
Yeah,
hey, y'all got it made. Like, you don't have to film
we'll just
shit.
talk
You
about
just-
it
This is
later.
easy.
Tell the
Let's
story.
talk about it later.
This
Y'all
is
got it
easy.
made, man.
You know what B-roll is? It's up in
tell the
here.
story.
My
B-roll
thing-
is here.
B-roll's in here, baby.
B-rolls, we
We're
take pictures of your
reconsidering
butthole.
our approach.
Okay, so my thing is this. We can say, first off, not a single person listening to this gives a shit about us struggling.
Working
because
so
we
hard.
Film hunts.
It's
for
true.
a
It's
job,
true. It's true.
Right?
But he asked a question. We're
But
answering it.
I
I'm just
asked
saying,
it.
like,
Josh, stay
that
this way.
end memory. What do you
You
mean?
camera guy. Say it this way, I mean.
You want me to, like,
My side.
right here?
No,
My
just
side of the mic.
Scoot your chair this way, just a touch.
Pull the mic with you.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, right here.
There you
Out of
Now
the
scoot
frame.
over.
You're relaxing
I'm saying.
further and further out of frame.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
You're
just
just the
in
back of your head on that one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You don't even see my face.
You're in the danger zone right there.
I gotcha.
But you're doing good. You look good. You're cute.
We don't
So
get the end product that we just all talked about
Right.
if you don't take it every day. Right?
That's a good point.
The pain in the ass, the struggles, et cetera, that's part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, you ask about what do I hate the most? I hate that the exposure negatively at a semi-live level it brings our team.
Oh.
What people don't consider is like when Mike says, man, I'm hunting this deer today. Here's exactly what my plan is. Here's where he's at. I mean, there's some really...
In a semi-live format.
Yeah, there's some real world examples of like people encroach and make decisions based on our shows. And so, for me in the position of always like, hey man, film everything. Get all this for Chasing November. Like, that's what we signed up for. There's a little bit of a selfish, result because it's like everybody that does that, you're opening yourself up to a lot of your hard work getting reaped apart.
Give me a
from
more
other
specific example.
100%.
If you can. Mike, do you have any?
Mike's
So you're on a
got
big
it.
deer. You're doing a semi-live show. From 1 week to the next, you're talking about a move you're going to make. Give me an example where maybe that has like hindered something you were doing.
I don't know that I've directly, say, had a big buck lost to it, but it's come out into, I've met enough people now and talked to enough people that are like, oh yeah, when you were hunting chubs on the home farm, we caught wind of it, got permission on the farm next door, and we're hunting. And I was like, oh crap, so people, whether it's friends of a guy or whatever, and then I've experienced it on different farms. I used to be the one in the group actually that would say, I mean, whatever. I mean, what somebody's gonna somehow come get permission and hunt the deer we're hunting? Like, what's the chances of that happening?
Right.
And turns out, like,
But now you're the guy.
I'm like, dang,
You're
wow.
that guy.
I'm like, how are guys? Like, I think of what we put out there, and obviously we're way more thoughtful of it now. Just trying to be careful to protect ourselves because, you know, you have a whole story and a whole season planned around a buck, right? It's different than just go and shoot a deer.
Yeah, because you're not shooting any deer. You have
You're like
your target deer.
There's a target deer, right? There's a chase. It's like I don't care what else walks under me.
which
like,
is better than the alternative. Just chasing any deer. It's
well, you know,
bigger deer are more interesting automatically though too. You know?
There's a lot more thought that goes into just hunting a deer, right? Whether if it's a mature deer and it's 5 or older, whether it's a 130 or a 180, like outsmarting that animal, and everyone's got a different. Yeah, it's a challenge, and it's like, at least we talked about earlier where we were in our hunting careers. Like, it's where I'm at right now. It's fun.
Yeah,
right? That's enjoyment out of hunting, and people, you know, we're talking about how people ride you for passing a deer, or like that's not reality. I was like, well, I'm hunting this deer. Yeah. You know, and I realize it's not reality for everyone, but anyway, I digress. It's one of those things where it's just where I'm at in my hunting career, and we all should, I think, celebrate each other wherever they're at. But yeah, I've had that on multiple properties now where I really realize that you are putting yourself at risk by putting real-time information out there, telling people we're showing aerials, we're dropping pins where our cameras are. We're like, we got this picture at 6 a.m. He's coming from here in the morning. I'm like, yeah, maybe that is a bad idea.
Some guys just smoking a cigarette, making
like,
Play-Doh
thanks,
snakes.
bud. You know, I don't have a 3,000 acre co-op, right? I mean, I've got my farms are, none of them will hold the deer completely, right? They're deer leave, and all of them are in areas that are at risk for whatever. They have a neighbor where he kind of lets everybody hunt and that kind of thing, and it just puts you at risk. So certainly put more thought into how we approach it, what we share and all that. But that is what our show is.
Exactly.
You know, it's semi-live, and it's like we're trying to share the real-time information to help other hunters. I mean, I think earlier when we talked about Midwest Whitetail,
education,
we should have talked about education, right? I think Bill started that
100%.
Where let's make this educational. And we get a lot of guys that come up with the different shows and say, man, I don't have a dad that hunts. I don't have a grandpa that hunts. I've learned everything I know about hunting from you guys. And it's like, whoa. You know,
It's impactful.
That's impactful, right?
That's right. I'm like, I don't know shit.
Let's not, you know. Like,
you're learning from me?
I apologize.
I never would have thought of myself in that position. But, okay, you know, let's keep working hard to try to educate the future. But, you know, it's out there. It's certainly a risk. I mean, I think, I like I said, hadn't had one of my targets killed, but.
Yeah,
it never crosses into like the idea of owning a deer, right?
Yeah. It's not our deer.
It's never, you know,
it's not our deer.
Wild animal.
But, you know, intellectual property and work over the years to acquire the ability to get on an animal, you know, it's really easy that if you're editing something, like I said, at that level, you just open them up to the that option. And so there's a world where it's like, I wish we could change that, you know, just because you care about the team and you want to see them achieve their goals.
Sure.
I think the only other thing that I hate about it is, no doubt, and I just love the end product, right? If the camera quality isn't what I want, I've had that happen where I'm like, oh, fuck this hunt, man. Like, totally losing sight of why I'm really there in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And so, like, I only picked up a camera to hunt more in the original. You know, why do we do this? We didn't do it because we want to become cameramen and editors. I can promise you that.
You love hunting so much.
every
What
day.
can you do to surround yourself with it all the time?
Right.
And so, you know, I've caught myself there a few times, which is totally stupid and selfish. But, you know, at the same time, it's like you talked about, you carry it every damn day.
I get it.
You want it to, you have this vision of what it's supposed to be.
What's the
you know?
artistry side of it? Yeah, it becomes artistry.
I mean,
Have you
look
ever
at-
had in a situation, that's the other thing that I hear people talk about, I was like, oh, I might shoot that buck if everything's perfect. Right. I got the beautiful lighting, and I got even if it's a buck I don't really want to shoot. Right.
Yeah, he's a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
You're like,
I've not succumbed to that. Like, you know,
he's only a 160.
Yeah. It's that one
I shouldn't, but should I?
Yeah.
Would
You know, I
Kurt shoot
hear
it?
people say that too, but I'm always like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna stay committed, but I do think that,
And that's honorable, dude.
you know, whenever you, that's certainly been discussed. Where if it's like it's a solid deer and the lighting's perfect, that's it's worth getting the kill to capture for the
it
show. Like,
never
well, I don't
will
know.
be.
Resist
No.
that urge, right?
It will never.
100%,
Don't ever
man.
kill a deer
for
a
video.
hunting show.
No.
I mean, I don't want.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because everyone thinks that that's how, and maybe some shows it is. Obviously, a lot of shows
going for
it is.
kills. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously a lot of shows it is. I love that, I talk to Josh a lot. We talk almost daily.
Yeah,
Real close, right?
fair enough.
I think you're one of the most passionate people I know about like hunting, but like the care of producing a good end product.
Dude,
you
there's
know?
no one.
It's really easy.
else,
Why though?
man.
Yeah.
It's because it's you're representing the people. Nobody watches a show and goes, "Man, Josh Sparks edited that hunt like shit."
I do.
They go, like they would say
That's
Drake.
the industry.
They would go Drake.
Yeah.
But it's like it's the hunter, right? So it's Drake Lamb, it's Mike, it's Owen, it's Caleb, right? It's the biggest responsibility that we have is to, you control a person's opinion, and it's not that you mislead it one way or the other, but if you make stupid decisions, right? You represent your team, right? And that's what I always tell our guys is like, make decisions that represents your team. It's not even just us three today. It's the Midwest Whitetail team's nearly 150 people. You know what I mean? And so it just,
God, make decisions that represent your team is a good fucking way to go about life.
let's be clear.
Truly.
There's definitely been some growth in that for me, from some good.
Oh, of course, yeah. You're not gonna hit. You're not gonna hit every time.
Well, when you edit though, like you can paint a picture,
Correct.
and you can misrepresent, or maybe accidentally mislead, or where you're like,
100%.
oh, that's people interpreted it that way. I should think about how I. I do think it's constantly got to be in the mind of the person editing because
100%.
we're putting together all these clips trying to tell a story, and it has to be the right story.
Well, it goes back to like, don't make it look anything it's not. But if it wasn't easy, you don't go just gloss over it so that somebody has the ability to be like, man, if I could do that.
Right.
I mean,
right.
Caleb
It
Grinder's
goes both ways, yeah.
Caleb Grinder's hunt would be my top example from this season. A lot of people have watched that. I think that video just hit over 300,000 views.
Congrats, that's
And
insane.
Great episode too.
Oh,
That- it's
fantastic.
Crazy.
The kill.
I
at the
love
end,
that episode, dude. I love it.
It's
Like
beautiful.
everyone's dream.
It's
from
the
the ground.
emotion.
That's some.
yeah.
It's
Pulling off the 1 in a million.
Yeah.
One in
a
trillion.
billion, dude.
Eric, you relate to that episode more than
Yeah, I actually mentioned it. I'm like, dude, like, we had similar stories this year. 1 acre patch, like, I didn't think it would ever happen, and we snuck in, and I made it happen. I just didn't have a video.
Yeah,
camera,
but he
you know?
did it from the ground.
Yeah, he's way cooler than you.
He's way cooler than me.
Doug's still salty about losing the
He
bet.
just shits on me every chance he
He
can.
didn't need a tracking dog, so
That's true.
It's just like when Caleb throws his arms in the air, right? Like when I first saw the raw footage, I was like, we have one goal. Everybody that watches this, that by the time they get to this point in the video, they better be doing that at their damn TV.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it was coming from like for a week because he was.
man.
I mean, he was like showing me clips, and then like I watched it, and I was like, dude, like this brings a tear to my eye. Like, and
Right.
I've known the whole backstory, whatever, but like I watched it, and I was like, dude,
It's
like,
so
this-
raw.
I felt soft a little bit, but I was like, man, like this is like you're there. Like it was. Just,
I actually am at work the other day
was
and
killed by that.
talking about the latest episode with Casey. All right,
Yeah, right.
Caleb's girlfriend. Okay, she's put in a lot of time and effort. Different stages of hunting career, but
Right.
the emotion that poured out of her whenever she had success. Okay, so it's the same thing that was summarized with Caleb's reaction, right? And like, people might harass us if we laugh after we shoot a deer, but you or like if you cry or you do whatever, but you put so much time and energy and emotion, and like all of a sudden the moment comes, you're successful, impact, you did it. It just, the emotion pours out of you, and like
It just releases.
Caleb is literally cannot believe it that it occurred, right? I mean, you say, I spotted your bedded. I'm going to take old Rye Boy, on a hike down the fence row with no cover.
Dude,
and we're going to not only film it, but we're going to dart this thing
Yeah.
at 17
How
yards.
long was that episode?
Dude.
How long?
Hour
and 15.
I
Yeah.
hope my employer doesn't hear this because I didn't do shit for an hour and 15 minutes when that video came out.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because
I wish I
sat
knew
there
which
So-
one. Hold on, is this the? Yeah.
there it is.
Fuck your employer, Eric.
Hey, it was a great fucking video, okay?
They're not listening anyway.
It built up a beautiful crescendo. I mean, I think we there's so
Sorry,
much
Eric.
that goes into it emotionally, and then like his reaction was just I'm like, I mean, I've been around, I've killed deer, I've had emotions. Watching Caleb do that, knowing what he's put into it,
It
you know,
goes-
you're like, God dang.
In the season that guy had, like with all the dead bucks
Yeah,
and everything
that's what I
else,
was
it's
gonna
like,
say.
it's like
It
that
just-
was. I was so happy for that. Just happy for all the shit that he had happened before that.
It's like rooting for a guy you don't even know.
That's one of the best
Exactly.
Having
episodes.
somebody like Josh and Gavin to realize those stories is huge because
Bring
like,
it to life.
like
Yeah.
we look at it and we're like, dude, that's freaking awesome. But like then it's like, okay, well,
How do
Trash
you make
bin.
other people feel that?
yeah, we want everyone to feel that,
Yeah,
not just us.
Yeah.
and,
like,
and you guys did it.
bingo,
I mean,
like-
killed it.
It just comes back to the one thing. There's only one way to accomplish that, and you have to have the ingredients to cook with. You got to film every single
Yeah,
day.
but you got to know how to cook
That's a
it.
good
though.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no,
can
cook
have all
it
the
too.
ingredients you want, but you got to know how to cook it.
It's like math, right?
What is that?
It's like math. You just gotta know how to cook it.
Hey, we're trying to be relatable to our listeners.
I was gonna go with the crawfish boil, but
I mean, we probably got all the ingredients here, and you're here to cook it, but no one knows how to cook it.
yeah. Not here.
Jordan, start the meth.
George Herc chef.
Yeah.
Fire up the meth pot, whatever they make it in.
Man.
I picture it like a stew.
Going back to your question to end that segment of it,
Yes.
we really shouldn't complain about anything.
Right.
No, none of us
Right.
should.
You know what I mean?
None of us
Like,
should.
It's beautiful.
and I'm not. You can have frustrations, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so.
You'll ask
cool.
me, I'll pick something, but
I know.
Right.
I
It's
still
just the
love it.
reality
But
of
you
it,
just-
though. I want to get some I want to get some
100%.
realness
Yeah,
to that.
pros
you
and
know?
cons. Yeah, sure.
But it goes back to
Let's
it's
not
like,
get
man,
lost in it.
We're so lucky. At least like me, like it's my job to get to do these things.
Yeah,
right? Like
for
that
sure.
is. You never would have told me at 12 years old that's what I'd be doing, right?
Yeah, but you took the chances to surround yourself with the right people. You made the moves. You called on an internship. You did those things, and that's stuff that a lot of guys right next to you could have done, and then might low key be hating on you for doing.
Like me and Doug are probably in the same boat. Like at Iowa State, like we'd go to the MU, we'd get lunch, we'd watch Midwest Whitetail every Monday, and I was like, dude, how do I do this? Like, how do
Yeah.
I?
Fuck college.
Live
College sucks ass.
College, like, I'm trying to watch.
I'm trying to go deer hunting.
So you guys went to the same college?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Actually, same time.
almost.
Did you guys know each other?
No.
Uh-uh.
Did you? Doug was probably in a wheelchair at the time, huh?
I might have been in a wheelchair at one
I don't
point.
know.
Doug fell out of a
Doug
tree
was
stand and broke his
discriminating
back in
against
college.
people
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I was in a wheelchair for 3 months.
There you go.
Doug's a
AKA
nerd.
got no pussy.
Lee was there too.
It's a tough life.
Yeah, Lee was
Yeah, you can't get pussy
Hey,
in a
guess what?
wheelchair.
Lee was there too.
You might
Also
get-
getting
I
no
mean-
pussy.
He's gonna hate when he hears that.
Wheelchair should help you, man. Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't.
Sit on my lap.
When your back,
play it.
when your back and pelvis is broken, not much you can do.
Yeah, you never use.
I can watch.
Shit, he didn't-
I'm into it. All right.
Doug didn't even know if his wiener would work again.
We're taking a left turn here.
I
Doug
can
in a rolling
watch.
cuck chair.
Just high on painkillers.
So you and I should not cross the road next to each other.
We should probably not ride together.
Yeah. All right, don't ride together.
The thoughts that ran through my head. I'm sorry, I was dying.
That was pretty. That was pretty
What are you
good.
thinking of, you pervert?
Like I could watch.
What a day.
Watch what?
I don't know. I'm in a wheelchair.
You eat for lunch. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
Holy shit.
All right,
Oh, buddy.
Mike, we got to talk about this buck DK. We got to transition. We got to get out of this Doug not getting pussy in college
Oh, poor
conversation.
guy.
So what happened after college? Like, did he just?
Hey.
Went after the deer.
Nothing's really changed.
He's just not in a wheelchair.
Just not in a wheelchair
I
anymore.
want to get back in the wheelchair. At least get free drinks.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's it. Dude, you got to be in a wheelchair for Iowa Deer Classic.
I'm not
man.
doing
What
that.
happened? He fell off a stand again.
Yeah, sit on his lap. He's bored.
He's bored.
All right.
I'm sad.
So, yeah,
A sad boy hour.
Oh man.
I'm sad.
I'm sad. Let me hit.
You said it.
I didn't say it. Doug said it.
Dark times.
Dark times. All right,
Fuck.
Mike, please.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about DK.
DK.
And, the River Farm. I'm interested in that because I have a small river farm,
Yeah.
and I realize how awesome they can or cannot be depending on the time
Yeah.
of year. But I love that hunt. I love the deer. And I also love the recovery. It's a great episode. I suggest everybody go watch it.
Oh, those damn.
Let's talk about that deer a little bit.
Break him down.
Yeah.
Like, how did that deer, as a young deer, did you pay much attention to it? Like, oh, this could be a mega, or was he kind of just a deer that was around? And
Yeah, I wouldn't say he was one of those deer. I mean, he was it was a pretty 3-year-old 8. You know, just a nice framey 8. But and we actually talked about, you know, is that, you know, a deer that someone could shoot maybe earlier than say that big 3-year-old 10 kind of thing. But
yeah.
You know, I love all deer, and I love to see them see their potential, right? So you try to get them all to 6 or 7 if you can. But, you know, pretty framey deer. And as a 4-year-old, he added some mass. And he kind of always had that wow factor. Like, he was looking straight at the camera. You're like, God dang. You know, and he grew little tiny G4s. And as a 5-year-old, when I got pictures of him in velvet, I would argue that he's probably a little bigger than he was this year.
Oh, right.
Yeah, frame wise. I mean, I look back at those pictures like, God dang, I mean, they were just massive frame. And he broke a brow and a G3 off in September.
Ooh.
Gee whiz.
Early.
In September, yep. And so last year when I was hunting Kelsey, I mean, I was going into the season thinking, I'm going to hunt DK, you know, just a big framey 5-year-old. And then he broke, and I said, you know what? Let's see what he does at 6, you know. I mean, he should be better.
Let him grow them back.
Total
You know, yeah.
homebody deer, though.
Yep.
Too,
No,
right?
I wouldn't
No.
say. No. So Kelsey was the big homebody.
Right.
So, you know, we're talking about storylines for the show. I'm like, man, Kelsey is. I mean, we had been watching him for 4 years. I mean, I filmed him on the ground. We filmed him I got pictures from him. He's another one that actually 5 years of history. When we did the show, I hadn't looked back to the year before. I have pictures of him when he's 2. It's so easy to tell him as a 2-year-old. You know, I knew from the previous year that he was one that we could get into. I mean, he's just in the center of the river farm, so like he could be a season-long quest. DK this year, moving into it, I'm thinking this is gonna be a tough one because he's more like Marino, actually in my head, where he lives off the farm and he occasionally visits the farm, and he's on the edge. And I mean, there's so many different offshoots of this discussion, but the year before when I'm hunting Kelsey, we saw him a couple times on the edge of the farm. And with his broken up antlers. Then we filmed him late season. Both the times we saw him November, we're way off in the distance, not really good footage. And then, of course, we filmed him on food late.
Right.
And I was like, I'm definitely not shooting him. Let's see what he does. Then we had a major drought year this year, and I think it affected things. You know, he started out really strong. I got a picture of him in May, actually. And right away in May, I think I told you this at a summer meeting, I'm like, that's DK. I mean, he's nothing but brows and he's beams.
Yeah.
He's getting to the 2s and the body on him. You can tell the frame. I'm like, that's going to be him. And sure enough, it was. And where was he? In the pinch. You know, in the summer in the pinch is pretty odd, right? We don't have a lot of deer that live in there in the summer in velvet. I've been trying to change that, doing year-round food and all these kinds of things. But we've never had great summertime photos of bucks that usually move in later. But anyway, I mean, he grew and big frame deer. I mean, I think even if I had his rack here now, you'd see early in the year when we had good nutrition, he had great mass. And then the next half of his rack, you know, the fords are short, the mass is not there. It's kind of an interesting thing to
kind of petered out a little bit.
look at. Yeah,
That is really interesting.
Cool.
You know, and I don't know if it's nutrition. I don't know if that was going to be his rack anyway, but went into the year thinking, you know, of course, I like to pick one early and try to see if we can commit to it and do it. And I actually strategized on that end of the farm with green food sources for early hunting and made those sits knowing they were probably low yield, but you got to put time in.
Yeah.
And
You got to be there.
actually had some. We were close a couple times. You know, the cameras would tell us
Hey,
where.
I want real quick. I'm sorry to stop you, but I like that you mentioned it's like made some early sits. It might not have any yield to it, but it's like I feel like people. Because I feel this way because of messages we got through social media is like people making sits where they're like, I don't know where to go. I don't have a lead. It's like try it sometimes.
Yeah,
Just go learn.
Just go.
Just try
Go
it.
learn.
Yet you don't know or learn if you don't fucking try.
Yeah.
Here's a question. You said like Merino. Did you treat, was there any data? Because one thing I feel like about the river farm is bucks seem to suck into similar patterns as similar age structures potentially.
I love
at
that
least-
conversation.
I at least try to find
Make
patterns.
that,
Yeah.
Right.
Did you in your early season, because you don't have a whole lot of data to go off of, how did you, when you said I put green food, was it just proximity to where you think directionally he lived?
Yeah.
Was it stuff that he had?
I mean, I think it's tough, right? And he wasn't as bad as Marino. I mean, Marino was almost never on the farm other than late season. But the problem with the wetland, all right, so the whole property is a WRP. It's a wetland. And I have a compatibility use agreement with NRCS. and I get 5% in food plots, and my food plots the locations are picked. I mean, I can't strategize like I can on another
good
property.
point.
So all I thought was I'm going to try to enrich my areas. I'm going to have every early season attractant as far as like radishes and clover and like everything that I think a deer might like. And then I'm going to spend more time committing to that into the property so that you hope that little front that gets him on green 10 minutes before dark, he hits one of those. Mm-hmm. And what happened to me was, I'm on Nebraska plot because I kept telling Rye, I'm like, that's got a higher statistical rate of success than this little clover plot. Those are the two spots I was thinking. And even though the clover plot was maybe where he might walk by it to come to us, in early September, we had him on daylight on the Nebraska plot multiple times. So I'm like, well, sometimes he probably beds on the farm.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he probably beds off the farm. But if he's bedded on the farm, he's come to the Nebraska plot. It's an acre of just everything you would want. Well, of course, we're sitting in that thing, and I got a quarter-acre clover plot that, I get a daylight photo of him at, 10 minutes before dark. And I was like, dang. And it's only 200 yards away, but that's what you're talking about. I mean, it's,
Yeah,
it's
you're
just,
off that much.
200 yards in 10 minutes is
So then I said,
deal.
you know what? I hate hunting that little stupid clover plot. In fact, I want to till it in and actually plant canary grass there.
Come on, mate.
And I hate canary grass, but Ryan and I went in there, got full of poison ivy. I did a hanging hunt in this big old cottonwood. We're screw ends and then sticks, and I mean it's just ridiculous.
Oh,
But,
one of those.
yeah, just one of those where
But
you like.
we've all been there.
An
We've
hour and a
been
half
there.
into it, you're like, God damn, we're still hanging this set. You know?
What am I
This
doing
sucks.
anymore?
I just sitting at the bottom of the tree for 45 minutes.
Yeah, and the whole time I'm on pins and needles, thinking like any second he's gonna like pop up in this plot, and it didn't work. But we're in the tree, and like there's a doe, and there's a little crickle in the standing corn, and there's this and there's that. And you're just on pins and needles. And we got like a raccoon, then we got a skunk. I'm like, God damn it, and then we're
The honest reality.
yeah. I've got a camera maybe 100 yards away that I actually hung big scrape just to be like, okay, I need to try to figure out where he's coming from. And not 10 minutes after dark, like we're in the standstill, like bink, he was there. I mean, we just missed him, right? And we don't go into all this in the show, but like we were so close a couple times where you're like, man, it's just game of inches. But as we get further into October, that farm, I'm like, it's hard to sit anywhere but the pinch.
Yeah,
Right. I'm sure I could kill him on a food plot in the afternoon somewhere, but I'm like, if I'm gonna go hunt in the morning and I'm gonna spend time as we get into pre-rut, I'm sitting the pinch.
Can we take a second and dissect the pinch real
Talk
quick?
about it a little
The
bit.
history you told me like 20 minutes ago of just like the...
Oh yeah, God, the previous owner. Yeah, I mean it's interesting how it sets up. So we have the farm's 200 acres. I mean it's not a giant farm, right? I mean it's a good sized farm, but like you're not holding all the deer. It is a wetland. There's a ton of it's completely flat, which is and it's a swampy area, which is home for me. So Louisiana.
Right.
We've
there
got
any
willow
crawfish?
thickets.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's why you like it so
I
much.
see a crawfish hole or two. I'm like, oh dang,
Just don't have alligators.
Yeah, exactly. Thank God, with all my river recoveries. Right?
Yeah, you'd be a dead man.
We've got, willow thickets, and we've done a good job out there with natives and switchgrass and this kind of stuff. But there is a peninsula that's 100 acres. So half the farm is this peninsula that we never go into. Right? So you got 100 acres here that if you were just drawing a straight line across the neck of the peninsula, the river continues. The deer run through it north and south. But then we have this big, giant hairpin peninsula that a ton of deer go in and bed. Well, to the north, it's crops. It's destination ag. Mm-hmm. And then the pinch, it's the river. And then there's a slough, and it's a little strip of oaks. And then all the east side of it is wetland. And then that river bend that feeds into the big bedding area. And so when you look at it, and if you watch hunts there, I mean, yeah, sometimes you're out in the wetland, but there's a ton of deer that just walk. It's a natural, very natural pinch. You don't have to do anything to it. It's just
It's a funnel.
2 sloughs. It is. And this year was particularly useful with the oaks dropping. I mean, my red oaks were dropping like crazy. And actually, both my kills this year really, I mean, I utilized the mass crop. I've hunted that pinch for 6 years now and never seen this where the deer come in the morning and they're just sitting there eating acorns. And they're just sitting there. They're milling around. They're just sitting there. And so then the bucks are like coming and milling around and like bumping those around. it's normally just deer walking through, going back to the bedding.
Yeah.
And so this year was really fun. I mean, we had a ton of great hunts there. I mean, the Moss buck, Joey B, all these bucks, good 3 and 4 year olds like grunting, and it's mid-October, and there's just 10 does under you, and the bucks are like, "Hey, ladies,
Holy
you know?
shit! Look at this. This is the best bar ever.
And so this year
Just
more
like
than
Doug.
normal, I didn't have as many deer walking where I catch them walking through the grassland. I'm like, they're coming to the oaks, so it was even a better pinch than normal. And I was talking to Drake earlier today. I mean, the previous owner,
Nuts.
99 shot out. I mean, a world class, a net non-typical 205 with a recurve.
Damn.
You know, with a net 8-point frame of 185, which is world record 8 with 20 inches on tip. I mean, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's
it's a
insane.
mega.
I've seen this deer in person. I mean, it's beautiful. It's something y'all dream about, you know. But that deer's been producing for a really long time.
So that
And-
guy sold it because he's insane,
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
or what happened to him?
Yeah, getting a little older, you know.
I killed the last big one.
All different
place.
Couldn't have it.
I mean, he
I'm
actually
out.
killed that deer
Yeah.
like pretty early in his ownership, and he held on to it for 20 years. When he
That's all
shot
he
that
killed?
buck in '99. He sold it to me in 2017. So I mean, he hunted it. He lived it. He shot lots of great, all with traditional.
That's
equipment.
That's
gangster.
awesome.
Yeah, the guy's just like hardcore. And if you know this man, he goes hardcore for each thing, you know. And so he's like, okay, I'm not deer hunting anymore. Sells all the deer stuff, sells the farm, and now he's a fly fisherman. And he's like
Wow.
tying flies out of deer hair, and he's like traveling the country teaching people how to tie flies out of deer hair.
wow.
So, you know, interesting
You get 'em
cat.
Not the path I would
We have a
take.
fishing
but, hey.
podcast. He could do that one.
Yeah, interesting cat. But killed a lot of great deer there, and that's
cool.
That area is pretty unique. I mean, there's a good genetic there. I think it's obviously Iowa, but there's
I love that the dude is just satisfied enough. He's like, I'm done.
Moving on to the next one. Yeah.
Bored.
That is like that is almost impressive.
Like,
though.
don't
Yeah.
let me get there, please.
Yeah.
you know, it's like if I'm 70, if I live that long.
This is the pinch right here.
Yes,
I don't know if,
I played the episode on purpose on here.
Yeah, there's little. That's my 2025 buck right there.
I
Joey
love
B.
it.
Oh, you're
I
calling
love
it.
Joey B.
You're calling it now.
Look at that.
Shaking it off, baby.
That's a killer 3-year-old.
Shake and bake.
Yeah, he's a
Gosh.
mega.
Had some
Damn.
good encounters with him as a 2-year-old. I mean, I got his match set from last year. I was like, man, I'm dreaming of that deer. But
Can you just feel it? You can hear
and Moss, man, Moss is.
Smell the tarsal glands.
It's interesting. It's yeah, I think there's Moss right there coming.
it. Yeah.
What the hell?
Look at that.
I
Look
want
at
it.
that guy.
I want him.
Can I hunt there?
This guy.
I'll fight you for it.
This guy.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I'm sad. Can I sit?
I've been more harassed about passing that deer than any other deer, and I agree.
You think that deer's 4 right there?
Yeah. And I passed him, like last year, I filmed him a few times as a 3-year-old. Big, beautiful
yeah,
brows,
I
great
like
mass,
him.
drop tine,
He's
all
got
this
the
kind
little
of
drop.
stuff.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
And I think I had him at 10 yards 3 times this year in October.
I
You ever
bet you
kill
did
a
get
drop tine deer?
No.
You
Oh,
haven't?
Man.
Chubbs had a 1-inch drop tine. But I never had a good.
Yeah, but that deer is going to be ridiculous.
1 inch is a lot.
Those brows. The brows. And then you add in, actually, you might be able to see.
Oh.
He actually
Now, who's
grew up.
this?
That's that Joey B 3-year-old.
Oh, mama.
Oh, mama.
Yeah, so you see the
Those
base
things.
kicker on the right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that he has so much. I
He
mean,
did.
It's just
Yeah.
So that's how it lays out, though, right? And so this is what we talk
yeah. There you
about.
go.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
slough's on the east side. The river's on the west side.
You see what I mean by exposing?
God, that's sexy.
Yeah,
That's
that's,
very,
right.
I'll
that's,
put that. I'll drop the address. We can really.
that's
get
pretty
the,
exposed.
But you could also, as a viewer, take that and go, okay,
What do
can
I
I-
have?
how could I
How can I
apply
hunt
that to
my
my
river bottom?
topography?
How
Do I
can I
have
hunt the neighbors?
I apply.
yeah. Did that guy get permission? Yeah.
Where am I going to set up on the other side of his pinch point?
You're not the only one that's asked that, but
I will. I do applaud you guys for showing as much as
Oh,
you
for
show.
sure.
Because I'll tell
We've
you
never
this,
done that.
dude.
Hell no.
I this year, I feel. I mean, I'm not gonna get any sympathy from you guys, nor am I looking to get any from listeners. This is the first year I've felt it from people listening, or like just
figuring it out.
like I had great pictures of a big time food plot that I wanted to send Joe for the catalog, and I had to go through it and blurb out things that were landmarks that gave it away.
Yeah.
I can be there fully, and there's really not anywhere on this particular piece that people could hunt like a neighboring line. They could, but it wouldn't make sense for them to hunt the line.
Yeah.
There's no like trees, whatever.
Sure.
But I'm like, I can't do it from messages I've gotten from people, shit I've heard. Dude, the rumors I have heard about our crew this year is crazy. The things we do, and I can't imagine if we're a podcast. We're talking about stuff verbally. You guys are showing it visually.
I think it's amazing what people are capable of figuring out. But
I did it. Are you kidding me? I 100% would go to Google Earth
and start figuring it
and
out.
try to find a drone shot or.
It's tough.
I mean, it's like,
I think
you're so curious.
again,
You know what I
Miles.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think, you know,
I get it.
The drone shots.
I'm good, yeah.
The drone shots add so much to
They're so sick,
the
though.
quality, right? And like people saying, oh, from an educational standpoint, that's the strategy, that's the entry, that's the exit.
Right.
This is the deer movement, this is the bedding, this is the feeding. So, you know, and the second we don't show a drone shot, people are like, could you guys drop drone shots of your spot? And I don't know if they're just trying to get in or they're like actually looking for the educational factor.
They're
But
definitely cool to watch. It adds another element
I think it
to
does.
it, you know.
I think it does.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I applaud you guys for doing it.
yeah,
It's fucking awesome. I'm not gonna do it of where we hunt, but
No,
I think
thank
it's
you.
very cool.
We'll talk about it.
you know, DK is, you know, it was one of those situations where I got to put my time in and hopefully we cross paths. And I was thinking a 6-year-old buck, end of October is going to be where I find the most success before they, you know, lock down or there's a bunch of does in estrus. And what's kind of funny is we go in there that morning and we're in there. And that little morning, that first hour and a half flurry that you get in October where you're like, it's a good hunt, but then it's probably going to be dead.
so this is the 30th, right?
Yeah,
That
the day
big
we
cold
killed.
front.
Yeah, we had a
I
good
mean,
cold
like-
front, which helped. And we're seeing this kind of activity. So I'm seeing, like, this is a few days before that, but I'm seeing bucks
Little
getting
bucks.
a little touchy, and I'm having bigger bucks push little bucks off all the way up to a 4-year-old age class. And it was kind of funny, like 9 o'clock in the morning, where we're like, all right, the last 4 hunts, it's shut down by now. And then actually Ride does, there's a deer over here coming. And there's some blind spots because I get so damn high in the tree. It's a cottonwood with no branches and
How high up are you?
about 40 feet. In there.
Holy shit!
It's high. It's high. The previous owner has a stand at 15 feet, and then it's a split cottonwood. There's no branches. And early season, you don't really need to get that high. But once the leaves fall off, I mean, they can see you from a mile away. And I got cameraman and everything else. So I would always get in the old stand, and then I would hang 4 sticks and put 2 stands.
Jesus.
And then finally, I went ahead and did a permanent set. But I've got a lifeline in there that hangs down. It's about 10 feet off the ground. It's a 35-foot lifeline.
So you
it's not
climb
for-
up the previous stand and then hook into the lifeline,
Correct.
and then
Yeah.
zip
Hey,
your way up.
It's
What
not
the-
for most people.
What the hell's wrong with you?
It's not for most people.
That is
Yeah.
wild.
Do not
Yeah.
do that at home.
Right.
Always be connected
Double
to a
up your
tree.
lifeline, then you hang 40 feet.
The other, I mean, it's
PSA
by
by
far
working
my
West
oldest, highest stand. It works right there. It helps us with our scent. It helps us not getting picked off. And we get deer all around us. It's an area where, you know, it works. The hardest part about it is shooting out of it, right? You know,
I was gonna ask, like, how the hell do you shoot?
I
out of
shot Dak at 7 yards out of that stand, and you know, don't ask me where I aimed. You know,
it? Yeah.
yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
You're like 3 inches below the deer, right? You know, and that's something you got to obviously practice and figure out. But that's not a
grief.
normal thing, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, I mean, you're doing it, right?
yeah, and it's okay. I mean, it's something that it's all sort of science, and you're just figuring it out. But yeah, there's a good shot of Moss, and he broke his base kicker off. You can kind of see it next to the right brow, but
Deer are so cool, man.
they're all so different. But yeah, so we see the doe, and I'm locked in on this doe, and she keeps looking over at the wetland to the east, and so I'm like, what is she looking at? What is she looking at? Is there a buck over there? All the while, there's this little blind spot on me, and there's a couple deer walking up it, and I've got my hood on. It's 16 degrees. It's October 30th. It's cold,
Yeah.
so I'm all bundled up. I can't hear Rye. Not that he would have told me the deer was coming anyway, but turns out. But
Hey, Doug, remember this weekend?
that dude locked
Can't remember that.
in. Anyway, it's so funny. So I take my binos down. I'm like, I can't see what that doe's looking at. And just out of the corner of my eye, I look down, and there's DK at 30 yards, you know. And Rye's filming him.
Ben filmed it.
Never
It's
did
been
say
on him
anything?
for a while. No.
Hey, it's funny. You watch the footage back. He's like, all I said was, dude.
Dude, Dude.
And like, dude,
Sweet.
Nice.
and like normally we communicate pretty well, but it's funny because I'm like, dude, DK's right here, and he's like, yeah, you know.
I've been filming it for 20 minutes.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
he is.
you know, we're high enough where I'm like, I can get away with moving. He's got his head down, he's eating acorn. So I get up, I'm like, GoPro on, get the bow, take my hood off, take my neck gaiter off, where I can get my rest. I mean, we're doing the whole song and dance, you know,
Gee
in the
whiz.
tree. And
I start hanging at 40, dude.
range.
shit.
I'm like, he's at 30, he's facing me, he's eating, he's not.
Really, he was at like 15. He just ranged at 30.
Yeah,
Because he's so high up.
Yeah. So and then he turns and walks in. I actually try to stop him at in my opening, actually the same opening I shot Prodigy out of, and he doesn't stop. It's 22 yards, and so then he goes to the next acorn and stops, and his head's behind the tree, but we see his vitals. And Rye was definitely like feeling. I mean, he's shaking and everything else, and like the sun like glares on the camera, and he's trying to get the angle and all this kind of stuff, and. You know, I'm at full draw, and he's like, wait. But he doesn't want to go around the other side of the tree because, you know, what if I spook the deer, even though we're in the nosebleeds? And so he kind of gets the camera out, backs out, and he gives me the green light. And, you know, it's 20 yards, so put it to him, you know. And then, of course,
Correct.
he starts running where he came from, and I'm like, yeah, go that way. That's good. That's towards the truck. And then he does the old U-turn towards the river.
J-hooks it.
And I think
Classic.
if you actually hear the raw footage, I'm like, no. Don't go. No. Go down. And he's running along the river and kind of disappears. I'm like, dude, did he go in the river? You know, I was like, no way he went in the river. And drought year, river's way down. I mean, the bank's 16 foot something. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So we get down and we're tracking. I'm just spraying blood, great blood trail. Know that the shot is where we want it, and get to the edge of the river. And I was like, before I even follow the trail anymore, I'm just gonna glass the river, and there he is. He fell in and floated down however far. So then the journey began. But pretty cool, you know. I mean, it's certainly was a little bit of a surprise that day. I was really committed to a season-long quest for.
So here's the shot right here on this.
This is when they spot him. I mean, Rye's been there for a while at this point.
Yeah, Rye probably filmed him for a couple minutes. And what's fun is after the shot, Rye's like, he is shaking violently, and it was so cool to see him get like
Dude,
Worked up.
Look at the neck, look at the breath. I mean, this deer is just.
God,
beautiful.
he's beautiful, man.
And I'm trying to stop him right here. He doesn't stop, of course. And it was interesting. He's with does. He's, of course, the camera's different than where I am. I've got a great shot of his vitals, and his head is covered. So, of course, we missed the actual impact from the arrow. But
Camera.
here we are, living our lives, trying to film hunts.
Pretty high up there, huh?
And then, of course, his jacket, like, is get caught on the camera arm and just, like, yanked it. So we don't get the deer running away. But
This is my favorite.
Still,
He just pops out of nowhere.
I kind of like the imperfections of it, though.
yeah. I mean, you know.
Are you kidding me?
It tells a story.
What?
I mean, you know, you just think, I had in my head that this was going to be a season-long thing, right? And it was going to be one encounter, and then end of October he walks in. So, I don't know. You know, it's like I think about all the hunts and all the bucks, and some of them just you can't seem to kill them, and other ones they just
It falls together.
you know
It just works out somehow.
I'll take them all.
yeah.
be nice.
No,
Yeah.
for sure.
I
Must
love
be
it.
nice.
Must
So-
be
Yeah.
nice.
All that easy shit you did.
They're
for a
behind
jet.
every tree,
God,
right?
that's the shot I love, dude. Look at that.
I know it.
fucking
You
deer,
made the
man.
comment about Rye freaking out. That's another thing that, like, man, you film a deer die, it's like you killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it's as exhilarating to be there.
Right.
I don't
Every
know.
time.
And that's another reason why I don't think I could ever stop filming hunts. I don't know what I'd do if I was in a tree by myself. Like, I know that sounds really weird,
Jerk off.
but, like, probably not.
Feed some geese.
Too cold.
It's awesome.
Feet
There's so many
is
different aspects to it, but I mean,
Yeah, there's your own. That was a lot more relaxed of a river recovery.
yeah. The river's down. Of course, most of that river is like a foot deep.
Wait,
but
you
where
said a
he
fucking
goes
canoe
in-
out of nowhere or what?
Yeah.
Fine, skip
We can go
forward
back
for
to
it.
2019. There's a reason there's a canoe there now.
It lives there.
No, I went home and got it.
You gotta,
But,
you gotta hide that thing.
Yeah, I know it. We used to.
gotta-
Actually, it was your canoe that was over
Yeah.
there for a while.
You gotta get a farm canoe.
I know. I
You just-
actually need a friggin' John boat with a motor.
I say actually a boat with a motor on it would be way
would
better.
be way better.
You see a little yak that you
yeah,
jack up in a
just-
tree and ratchet strap it to the tree.
I
That way.
mean,
So what is that? 3 Boone and Crockett deer out of that deer now, or that stand?
let's see.
Prodigy, Dak, and him.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
How many
Gee whiz.
consecutive booners are we in a row at this point?
Gronk was the first deer out of the pinch. That was a real old deer the first year we bought the place.
That's a good
And
Yes.
Gronk was a giant 7-pointer, the oldest deer on the farm, and his teeth make him look 7 or 8. But I need to send his incisors in. I've got a whole bucket of incisors to actually try to get more accurate ages on him. But we had an east wind that morning, and I shot him. Probably I'm 10 yards from the tree that I shot. See, that's him as a 3-year-old.
And this again, you talk about why do we film? Dude,
Yeah.
it's just cool.
Yeah,
That's
to
him as
watch.
a
Yeah.
5-year-old.
That's badass.
Tim broke off.
So cool.
Yeah.
Big framey son bitch.
Yeah, just the frame, there's something
love
about it. Like
I love it.
Kelsey was cool. Kelsey's 14 inches wide, tons of mass, lots of points, but man, it's hard to be a big
Why does
frame
it always
deer.
makes him look so much bigger?
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
a big frame deer.
That shot. Oh God, he's pretty, dude.
Iowa, man.
and that sunlight was perfect.
Yeah,
That lighting,
he's so good, man.
it's
Is that Kelsey and him together?
How many?
that's Kelsey and him together.
How many consecutive booners are we, Mike? How many?
I don't know what Josh was doing the math on the drive over.
11. That's
11?
nuts.
That's gangster as fuck.
That is gangster as fuck.
I don't know.
For a guy that's a full-time physician, has 5 kids, every day I'm like,
You got 5 kids, brother.
I do, man.
You're an animal.
How many kids killed deer this year?
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
What?
And
Mature
Goddamn.
ones too.
yeah,
I know.
What the
I
hell
run
is
a
in
little
your outfitting
semen,
business
dude.
for my family? Yeah.
You snipped yet?
And my
Doug,
my
Doug's
wife
trying
and
to foster a
I
kid.
had a deal.
oh man, I remember this.
No.
Are you having more?
We've got 3 girls. They're
Thanks,
12.
Drake, for laughing at my jokes. I appreciate that. He's the only one laughing, for the record.
Sorry, buddy. I can't hear shit.
Doug wants to foster one of your
No,
children.
I didn't say that. You just
Doug
put
wants to
words in my
adopt one,
mouth.
so he
Show
gets
you how
the
to
family.
kill him or what?
No.
Just, you need to impregnate his girlfriend so he can raise the child.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a
man.
strong hunter. Okay, strong like bull.
Stuck like fuck.
Sorry, Doug.
No, I've got
You're a busy
That
dude.
took a turn.
Yeah,
my
dude.
bad. It didn't go the way I planned. All right.
there's been a few turns.
It's just a funny joke.
We're all
It's
friends
okay.
here. It's all
It's,
good.
it's the efficient. I mean, just 11 booners living that
Nuts.
life.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into this then. That everyone's gonna be like, oh, whatever they're gonna say. We covered that ground already. What in your eyes? Where do guys screw up? And a booner can be whatever. It could be a 170 on your spot, or if they're in wherever state, it could be a 130. Whatever is their version of the biggest deer they can hunt.
Yeah.
In your eyes, having killed that many of them, what's the biggest mistake that you see people make on big mature deer?
Oof.
That's a heavy question.
That is a heavy
And
question.
you can bring it down. You can boil it down to a few things, but
Because I may not share the same intensity as some people about like overpressuring deer. I'm a big believer in putting your time in. Now you got to hunt smart, of course, and I'm not out there like blowing my air horn, right? But dissect your property, try to figure out where they bed, where they feed, and figure out ways to hunt them, right? A lot of times the safest place to hunt them is in between the two, right? Catching them transitioning, right? In the afternoons, early season, I'm hunting food. In the rut, I'm trying to be in the transitions, and late season, I'm back to food. I go in the bedding areas sometimes, but I like to hunt a lot and put my time in and try to catch them, and I'm not trying to blow the place out frequently. Now, I'm also not scared if I do blow a place out, right? I've just seen it time and time again where I'll shoot a buck, we'll go in, recover it. We feel like, we stunk that place up. We're not going to go back in there. And the very next day, they got one of our good bucks on camera right there in daylight. So, like, you're pre-rut, you got to sort of, I think, throw a little bit of caution to the wind. And I'm not one of these where I'm like, I got to tiptoe around the perimeter of the property forever and ever and ever. I mean, I'm fairly aggressive when I make my moves, and I'm a lot about putting time in. I think that's the hardest thing is that I think I see. I mean, there's a lot of strategies to being successful, but I feel like a lot of guys are just waiting for that pristine moment, or they're waiting for that trail camera picture to tell them to go. and you know, the phrase we've kind of used a lot this year is "be the camera," right? I mean, it's so often, you know, don't wait till you get the daylight picture. Like, be in there for the daylight picture. And
I like that.
Shout out to Mark Drury. That's who I heard it from.
It's great advice.
Yeah.
And he'd always say, like, don't wait. You get the trail cam picture, you missed him.
yeah, it's
So-
true. You miss them. Like, and I think it's just
not always.
What do you mean?
I got the trail cam picture of him this year.
yeah. I think, but like in October, you know, we're talking about the cold fronts. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like just hunt the times that you think deer are going to be moving. Like,
For
hunt,
sure.
you know, whatever. And I mean, yes, cameras are useful. We talk about cameras and knowing if a deer's on your property and all this, and it's very interesting how you also have to take that with a grain of salt, right? I mean, they got to walk in front of the damn tree, right? And so if you think the buck's in there, you know their previous history, you know where you think they want to be, like, go sit there. And I mean, time and time again, you know, I've had, well, late season, the perfect example. You have 50 deer come in the plot, and you look at what trail camera pictures you got that night, there's 5 does on the camera. And like, okay, I just watched 10 bucks. So, you know, that's maybe not the most accurate representation because late season is a little bit different. But the idea is, you know, hunt the good times and go spend time in the tree.
Get
And
out
don't
there.
be afraid to get in there. It's kind of how I approach it. I mean, they're
I,
all a
I
little
like that
different.
advice. I feel we've talked about this before, and not that we're killing 11 booners in a row, but I feel like our crew has killed some good mature deer lately, and I feel like our biggest we have great friends who kind of get in their own way with excuses on how not to go when it's the perfect time to go. Oh, I got a chore to do, blah 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 blah, and it's like, motherfucker, it's the time to go. Or I'm not going to go in there. I'm like, it's November 5th. What do you, like,
Yeah.
you didn't go in there all year to go in there now.
And I don't care what the weather is. I
Yeah.
don't care if it's hot. I don't care if it's
Yeah.
foggy and raining.
Yeah,
whatever
now is
it
the time to go in there. Otherwise, what's the point of never going in there when you need to go in?
We wait all year for this
Yeah.
moment.
For them 3 days or 2 days or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm definitely a guy that I'm probably a little more aggressive than some other people, but getting in there and then I think a lot of the other just kind of classic normal stuff where you're being thoughtful of things, but
Graceful, Eric.
I have a theory of why he's killed 11 booners.
I'd love to hear this outside theory. Please tell me.
The amount that he involves others on the farms that he hunts. The reason why there's 11 bucks of that caliber is because the age class they got to. And there is a long list of other hunters that were on the river farm building memories, shooting, age class deer, 5.5, 6.5. Maybe not of the Boone and Crockett antler caliber, but that's why those deer stayed on the river farm. And you can
I
look
do
at
think
all
it
the,
helps.
Yeah, I mean, if you know, it's funny. I don't want to say 11 booners like that's the only thing Mike cares about. I mean, like it's not.
Mike didn't even know it before you brought it up today.
Yeah,
so, like,
yeah, he doesn't give a shit about that. It was
That's
just
how
like
much we
thinking
don't
about it.
care. Like,
He didn't
It's
know.
like he said, it's like the antler size. It's age class, whatever deer, you know, just pick one, whatever. But like it just happened to work that way.
Yeah.
But we could talk about, okay, you shot 11 booners. How many deer on your properties that you worked your ass off your life have other people shot? That total's really high. You know,
Very
I mean,
high.
it's just, you know, me when I look at like, get to edit a lot of footage, got to see a lot of other people's farms. Some people are very just like passionate and protective of like, man, I don't want to share. Well, then their big young deer leave. You know, so like you asked the question, what could people be doing potentially wrong? Under, you know, it's not, you can't manage for genetics, but I think you can certainly manage for age class.
Yeah. I think that is
Break
where,
that down a little bit.
I think is where it should be focused on. Like, obviously, if a deer gets to 5 or older, it's probably time to harvest them, right? We talk about, I mean, deer and deer hunting, and Charles Osheimer, I used to read his stuff all the time, and all these studies in pen-raised deer, and they're 90% of their antler potential at age 5, they're 95 at age 6, and they're 100% at age 7. Okay, of course it doesn't fit the bill all the time, but I've definitely thought about that a lot. Like, okay, and even the farms down in Louisiana where when I first started hunting some of these farms, there were 3.5 was our goal. Then we bumped up to 4.5, and again, it's like once you do it a few times, let's go for the bigger antlers, and eventually moving to 5.5 on my own farms in Iowa. And even when I first moved to Iowa and was hunting lease ground or public ground, I was like, all right, I'm just going for maturity, right? I want a 5-year-old, and then now I'm looking more at 6-year-olds, and just trying to up the ante. You know, you look at the carrying capacity of a piece of ground, like how many deer can it hold, and you look at age structure and how the hierarchy works in a whitetail deer herd, and you start trying to learn about this stuff. You know, you can have 3 or 4 mature bucks on a really well balanced, lots of nutrition, plenty to cover, ideal farm. And if you don't kill any of them, what do? They just run all the young deer off, right?
Yep.
So you're just the same deer there every year.
Yeah.
So I'm very much of the mindset, like I really don't want to shoot 3 and 4-year-olds, and I mean, I don't really want my kids to shoot 3 and 4-year-olds, right? I mean, I tell them we want to shoot grandpa deer, and they're like all about it. Kill all the goddamn grandpas. You know? I'm like, you get one pass, right? You can cash in whenever you want. You can shoot whatever you want one time, but then we're going to grandpa deer. And
That's cool.
That's how we're running
That's a
our
fun
show.
way to.
Yeah.
They love it. I mean, I have seen them harass grown men for shooting like younger deer, and I'm just like,
That's funny as shit.
settle down,
Yeah,
right?
easy.
They can shoot what they want,
Kill
you
it.
know. But
Yeah.
you know, Bella's hardcore. She's just like, psh, like
Pussy.
you know, and
Wait, what?
it's
She
kind of
shits on
funny,
you.
but you know, I'm just
You're
like,
12. You can't say that.
settle down. But you know, it's one of those things where
But at the same time, it's awesome.
yeah, I mean,
It's funny.
The River Farm, the first few years we owned it, it wasn't. We were just hunting a couple deer, and you just see all these bucks they're getting years on them, and they don't have, say, mega antlers, but they're super old deer, and you can see that classic sort of bully buck where they're pushing other deer out, and you're like, man, we had all those good 3-year-olds, where they go? Well, they're going to find somewhere else to live. And so my approach to my properties is, hey, once they hit X, put them on the hit list.
Yeah.
Right, and let's shoot them, and we've been doing that, right?
Well,
I mean,
yeah, I mean, look, the DK story to me paints this perfectly.
Yeah.
2022, you started off story with DK doesn't live on the farm at all.
yeah.
You shot 6 deer. 6 deer were killed on the river farm
Youngest was 5
in
in
2022.
2022.
There's no mistake to me that now you've got summer behavior from DK. Now you have early October. I mean, yes, the acorns helped, but
Yeah.
No,
He is
there's a
moved in.
void.
It's like
Right?
herd,
Talk about
herd
the-
pressure's lightened. He's kind of just
Yeah.
chilling.
create the
Yeah.
void. Create the void.
He
Be
moved.
inviting.
He moved in there for a reason.
He's not getting pushed out.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
a lot of does in there, you know, and it's like, oh, there's not 4 other 5+-year-old bucks that are like, I'm got in the
Yeah, like,
fight
I'm the
with.
You know
stud
what?
here.
That
I'm
really-
the daddy.
Yeah.
That
I'm
really
daddy.
makes me think like that's kind of thinking out. I mean, maybe not thinking outside the box, but I think for a lot of guys, it's getting thinking outside the box because I feel like you'd want to be like, oh man, I got this farm. There's all these old mature deer on it. I got my options full, and they like what you were mentioning too, Josh. Like never. Oh, I'm protective of this. I'm not bringing anybody else in here to do this. Where like a property that I hunt, I had several mature deer on it, and I basically talking in our crew. That's where we do screenshots. Do you guys remember in early November I was doing small day sits, and I literally circled, like I made a Venn diagram out of the property. I said I know this buck's over here. This buck likes this buck likes this, and I never see this buck on the other side of this buck's. And then I killed one, and then all of a sudden one buck started crossing over to the other
Yeah.
buck's area, and that's where I
Yeah.
killed my other Floppy, my other buck.
They just know.
And
It's a thing.
there's a thing to that in there. Now there's probably more I could do. There's only so much I can do, not owning the ground and controlling who can be and not be there.
Right.
But that kind of I think is an example of what you're saying. You know, like those were the Venn diagram. You know, there's a lot of other deer that frequented in that Venn diagram and crossed between the 3
Yeah.
circles of the Venn diagram. But the target mature bucks that I figured to be the biggest all kind of fell in. Do you guys remember me sending that
Yep.
circle?
Yep.
I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
right in the middle of the fucking Venn diagram.
Give me one
Give
of
me
the 3.
something.
I need some feedback.
Yeah.
I mean, herd dynamics are real, and it's just like, you know,
Yeah,
they're all
herd
different.
dynamics
They
is what
don't
it
always
is.
have to be the oldest, too. Some young deer just are large and in charge, and I mean, I've witnessed kind of them pushing things around, but. You know, if they're like, all right, I think they've reached their potential. That's our goal as land managers and herd managers is like get them to their potential and then frickin' shoot them.
Yeah.
You know, and like let's see what the next crop brings. And
7
so,
great years for 7 bad seconds, man.
you know, I mean,
It's all-
I don't know. My little boys are shooting deer that are older than them,
Yeah.
and I like tell them like,
That's
you realize
hilarious.
they're
Crazy.
like,
That is crazy to think
Holy
about.
shit.
Yeah.
they're 5 years old, and one shot a 6-year-old, one shot a 7-year-old, or whatever. But it's kind of funny because, of course, at 5, they're just like, can I shoot that one? Can I shoot that one? Can I shoot that one? And I'm like, of course you can. We can shoot something, but you get one of those. So you want to shoot that grandpa deer over there?
It's your pass. Your free pass.
Here's your pass if you want.
Plus, I like to instill the competitive thing. Like, what do you want to shoot one bigger than sister shot? Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
Of
course I do.
They don't understand. It's kind of funny, but we use the kids as management tools as well.
It's really cool to see. I mean, like, again, you talk about all things we aren't able to show on the shows, for lack of a better way. I could have figured out a much better way to say that, but the amount of education that you spill in every time you guys hit the property, like, because you get to listen to when you listen to the raw footage, right? You guys go out and plant food plots. You're educating how the plants are going to grow, why you're doing what you're doing. Like, I feel like there could be 5-year-olds out in the field. Your kids have so much. They have a deeper understanding than half the guys my age. I mean, maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but you involve them in every single aspect. Like, they're not trigger people, And the anatomy studying that you guys do, like, they know exactly what they're doing. 5 years old.
It's important.
Yeah,
it is important.
Your kids episode is, I think,
We're not trying to wing
anyone
it.
that has kids, go out and watch it because it's.
Yeah.
I watched it today and it's amazing with kids my own.
Yeah.
I got a 2-year-old and a 5-month-old at home.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do with my kids. And my kid was out there. He's 2.
Yeah.
He's out there planting food plots with me, putting out big time, doing everything. He doesn't know what's going on, but he's having a great time.
Yep. Time with dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make it fun, and then you mix in the education. And I look at Bella at 12, and I think about, did I succeed? And I like, man, she can talk circles around something. I mean, it's kind of neat to watch the knowledge that she actually, and she does show and tell at school, and she's bringing shed antlers in, and people are like, what the hell's going on?
What the hell?
And she's like, the difference between antlers and horns, and I'm just like, you tell them, girl.
I watched that episode with my 4-year-old, and she's like, I was like, hey, look. She's hunting with her dad. Like, you can do all this too, like, yeah. And then we had a conversation. I picked her up from school. I was taking her to daycare today.
Yeah.
And she saw I told the story at our bar here. She saw a car. It was like a car dealership car with like the decals on the side. Dad, you should put stickers on the side of your truck so people know you're going to the podcast. And then, like, I want a desk at the studio with a laptop or a computer, she said, so I can work on some stuff too for the podcast.
Heck
and I'm
yeah.
like, you're 4. All right.
Yeah.
This is good signs.
Intern.
These are things,
Intern.
they mimic what they see, and they
Oh,
want to be you and all these types of things. And,
yeah.
so just, it's like trying to
That's
spill
cool,
in.
man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like the best thing ever.
What the fuck is your taxidermy, Bill?
Yeah, let's not talk about that. Thankfully, I've got a pretty cool wife. Because she's a hunter, too.
You better teach one of your kids how to do taxidermy.
I know. We've joked about it. And I'm like, all right. I'm thinking of implementing. Now that the boys are hunting, because the twins are 5. I mean, they're the youngest to enter the shooting realm. And I'm like, God dang. But I was like,
what do you gotta do? You gotta have a warehouse.
I need to have some like guides to run the household outfitting. But like, who's gonna take so and so? But I was like, do we implement a $1 rule for the kids? Like,
You're gonna have to put up 100 by 200 shed. Just put all the taxidermy.
What do you got? Do you have a setup? What's the game plan?
For taxidermy.
Yeah. You gotta have something, right?
Yeah,
You gotta have
we're-
vaulted ceilings.
Yeah.
At a minimum.
Our house is pretty full, but then our hunting cabin. We got a hunting cabin a couple years ago, so they got things stuffed in there. But we're coming up with plans to build something that kind of like a big trophy room. Now we're starting to do more international hunting and
Like a pole barn style thing.
I had a vision some years ago that what I would like it to look like. So something big that can house all the stuff, A little natural history museum.
Yeah.
A lot of foam.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Museum.
Yeah.
I love.
These are the animals from around the world.
Oh, please tell me you guys are in the group on Facebook, Trophy Rooms of the World.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh,
No,
get
you
in
should
it.
be.
It's the best.
That'll
dude.
give me some ideas.
Oh, I
never heard
freak
of that.
out over it, dude. It's man cave porn. But I love it because you get to see like people's houses and how they set shit up. It is the best group on Facebook.
Got a lot of good ideas on there.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah. Especially when you're trying to figure out where to put giraffes.
That's right.
Exactly.
Trust me.
You
That takes some thought.
We have a full day. Our day tomorrow is rearranging this place.
Yes.
Literally.
Oh, man, that's tomorrow.
We're coming in all day. We're rearranging the what?
I got to come back and check it out.
Trust me, when I shot the giraffe, everyone's like, "Where are you gonna put that?" I'm like, "Well,
Shut up.
I live in a ranch style house, so I gotta cut a hole in the roof, and there's gonna be a plexiglass fucking box around his head, sticking out of the roof. Like, it's gonna be a whole ordeal, but I gotta do it.
Yep.
And people believe you too.
Of course.
I gotta do it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be. I'm excited for it all. Like, we're gonna shuffle. We got the full range hanging system set up so you can like double them up, and that's gonna make a big difference. But
This could be awesome.
I don't know. I just want to like cram that wall so crazy full of shit that
Just
it's
heads.
it's fun.
Yep.
Memories,
so
man.
Sweet.
Memories.
I love
Oh, yeah.
taxidermy, man. I love it. I don't.
Me
My
too.
house is stacked full, so thank God we have this place.
Yeah.
But we're gonna fill it up.
You gotta have overflow.
We're gonna fill it up fast.
Same thing. We're doing. The kids think it's cool to have Euros, so that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta
Euros
keep
are
leading
cool.
into
Yeah,
that.
And
Euros are cool.
They want them in their bedroom, so I'm like, heck yeah, it's going over the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So their bedrooms, we can use a lot of rooms.
Lean into the
thankfully.
Euros. Hey, one thing I was gonna ask this later on, but I'll ask it now because I just saw one. What case tractor are you guys running? What's the big dog?
The big dog it's 120 horse.
Okay,
And God, what are their?
that's all we need to know. Everyone will look it up from there.
Yeah. They have like whatever
Everybody classifies how big your tractor is.
Farm
Yeah.
Yeah, the Farmalls, and it's a B or C. I forgot what it was, but I think it's the A, Farmall A, and 120 horsepower. Though we got Chad was using a 60 this year, but
Awesome.
I pulled I have a 15-foot bat wing
Oh, cool.
that we try to the river farms. I have pheasants and try to have mowed. You know, we do a little bird hunting too. So
Yeah.
I used to mow everything with a little 5-foot brush mower, but you want to have
Yeah.
wide enough lanes for fire breaks and for pheasant hunting, so you make
Yeah.
three passes on every lane. So that 15-foot batwing is about the best investment I've made.
I just bought a 35C, so I was just curious because
Yeah.
I love that little thing.
Yeah,
And it's it's on a tiny little tractor, but it's not a big tractor, and
Gets the job done.
I love it, dude. I could live on that thing.
my first tractor I still have was a 35.
Yeah, it's a
And-
great, I don't know, what is it considered? It's a compact, not a subcompact.
Yeah. So as far as rototiller, mower, I mean, the amount of work, the amount of food plots, the amount of stuff I've done on that thing on different farms over the years.
Yeah.
Now I'm more, I'm trying to get more efficient, right? More time at the house. And
Get
so
shit done right now.
No-till drills, big sprayers, and big mowers to try to like knock it out. But
The no-till drill is a magical piece of equipment.
it's a
man.
magical piece of equipment.
Gosh.
Yeah.
And everything's all uniform.
And I
Yeah.
just got my, been doing this for a while, and last year got one. Now it's been a lot of tilling and hand seeding and
Hand
poor
seeding,
man's
yep.
plots and everything else in between. And dreaming of the day where you're like, all right, I'm gonna go spray it. I'm gonna no-till
Spray
it.
it and drill it,
Oh
man.
my goodness.
Austin's got he just bought a Casco
Drill.
drill, and I had him come out and plant borderline. We work with Big Time and a borderline, and I'm like, hey, can you Austin, can you do that thing? And he's like,
Can you drive it down the
he's
road?
like, yeah, I'll bring it over.
Yeah.
He trails it over. I'm like, hey, buddy,
Yeah.
do you need me to help you with the chain binders? Just sucking his ass the entire time.
Yeah.
And then
You
he drills,
thirsty?
he drills it all in for me. Wow,
Yeah.
thanks, buddy.
It's like 5 acres and like whatever. You're like, oh, okay.
Dude, it took him
25 minutes.
Yeah.
maybe
Out.
maybe
Not
like-
even that. It took him longer to get off the trailer than it did to
Yeah.
plant it.
Yeah. Like, that was 2 whole weekends for me. Thank you.
100% true. It took him longer to haul it to me and back than it did to
Yeah.
actually do any of the work.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy?
Oh, but that's like, I just love that side of it, man. It's like, we did it from no equipment by hand to little shit to, I remember taking my riding John Deere 160 lawnmower I bought from
Yep.
your buddy Eric out to our lease with my dad and mowing our food
Yeah.
plot with that all the way up to have to mow it 4 times just to mow it right. And then, you know what I mean? Just do all the shit.
Just making it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you keep thinking of how can I do it better? How can I do it more efficiently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to relax for a while and just use what I got now before I'm like,
There is something relaxing about though, like mowing it, then spraying it. Okay, you gotta wait a little bit. Okay, now I gotta spend 3 hours tilling it. Like
It's an art.
I like it.
love
I
the
love
process.
doing
I
it.
do too,
I love
man.
doing it.
it's
Like
fun. It
would
makes
it,
me
would it
feel
be nice to have a drill? Yes, but at the same time, like, fuck, this is sweet.
Yeah.
Just get out
It's
there and
fun
doing
to
it.
watch
It's fun.
come to fruition, and
Yeah. I 100% agree, though, with what you're saying, Eric. It's,
I mean, I played in my flute pod with a fucking drone this year. Like, I didn't do anything. Was it cool? Yeah, but I'm kind of like, I just want to be out there just spinning the little thing, but
It's overseeding the shit out of it.
oh yeah, just overseed way too much seed.
Yeah, no, I like that. That
that's
makes
good.
me feel like a part of the process,
Oh, it
Because
does,
when you
for
sit
sure.
over it and like, you know what I mean, it just adds to another element of like your hard work. It's just kind of like it's nice when it happens quick, but there's something good about a hustle then getting to kill the deer. It adds
100%.
another like whole layer to the whole thing.
Yeah, like seeing it grow and like the deer actually use it. You're just like, damn.
I feel
I
like
did
I
that.
fall in love with that more than I do the kill itself anymore.
Sure.
I don't know
Oh,
if that's
yeah.
just like a maturity thing with like hunting or whatever it is.
I'm
But, man,
immature,
like,
dude.
It's just like, once deer season
kill
gets
them
over,
all.
it's just like I used to be so butthurt and so depressed. I'm like, man, like what the hell are we gonna do now? And now it's just like, dude, like we have this, and this, and
Yeah.
let's set this up for next year and let's do this and this, and it's just like
The
it's
best-
a never ending.
It's a roll.
Like,
It just keeps going.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
best
that is
killers
true.
I know are the best conservationists.
100%.
Yeah, man. I mean, it goes hand in hand.
You have to care about the whole process.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
You really do. You need to be willing to work through the whole process,
Right.
and
That's like that plot I put in this year in a past year. It's like, this is a great idea in my head. It might not work though. Like the way it planned out, it worked awesome. Like it changed this farm 180 degrees. But I put all this work into it,
Not
thinking
knowing.
this is a 50-50. It could work. It could totally flop and be a total piece of shit, But in the end, it turned out awesome.
Turned out awesome.
But can I do stuff better? Of course I
Now
can.
you're like, all right, God, what
What
other
can I do
properties
to-
can I do this with?
There's
Yeah,
always
yeah,
the other
exactly.
end of it where it's like, okay, like I just worked my ass off all summer and planted all these beans and like I don't have a shooter and it's like you never even hunt it. It's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
a
know,
deer not
like,
even
it's just it's
deer
so,
hardly even touch it.
Or it droughts out and like, you don't get anything. And you're like,
It's
oh.
so opportunistic that it's just like, man, like,
Yeah, I don't know. It's
but you
a
still
challenge.
love the
Hey, I tried.
Labor of
It's
love.
there, man.
Hey,
It's
sh-
there.
shit
Labor of
happens,
love.
right?
That's right.
okay. So I was gonna bring up.
Oh no, here we go.
I'm looking for the episode.
Okay.
The episode.
The episode.
I bet you Josh can tell you right where it's at.
Nope,
Josh will know right.
I'm back too far.
What are you looking for?
The episode we talked about earlier, the Island Buck episode. I'm drawing
With Caleb?
Yes,
Go to the right.
oh, it's right here.
Hey, there it is.
Hey, it's right here.
Okay. So, what I wanted to do, because we talked about this, and I don't, maybe this is a bad episode to do this. So, what I wanted to do, there's a shit ton of comments on here. I wanted to get into some of your guys' comments on your videos and dissect a few of them. All of these are going to be really positive. Probably a bad episode. Not that I want it all to be negative,
The top one sucks.
but I want you guys. Oh, yeah, it does suck.
I was reading it like, why does this comment suck? And then
Yeah,
I didn't even.
I saw
didn't
that
even-
comment. I was like, that's really nice. So what I want to do, I want you guys to address.
Sort by newest.
Okay.
There's actually a really good one we just responded to. That
Newest
was
first.
hilarious.
So here's what I want to do. I want to explain this to people listening. I'm not trying to focus on the negative. I want you guys to kind of react to positive and negative comments on some of your videos.
Okay.
Because it's the reality of it. Negative comments on the internet, I think people make them and don't expect the people in the video or behind the production to read them. Like, example, I've talked about reading a 13-page archery talk forum about how big of a douchebag that I am. That really fucked me up for a couple weeks. But it was also at a time when I wasn't used to. Now I don't give a fuck, nor would read through it all.
Yeah.
I think Lee is a frequent co-host and guest on our podcast, has now experienced some negative comments to him from many directions. And he's going through the same thing I see. It's like, what the fuck? What did I do?
Yeah, why are you hating?
I'm just being who I am, just a passionate guy.
People just been hating on Doug for.
Yeah, but you're a
6 years
piece of
now.
shit, Doug, and that's different.
You know,
I love you, Doug.
people hate
Thank
what
you,
they
Drake,
can't
again.
be, so that sucks for them.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them, really, actually.
I think the internet's an easy place to make comments. And I think it's easy to be sensitive when you're passionate about something, and like,
Yeah.
What I tell interns or our employees or whatever, like, you got to take that stuff with a grain of salt, obviously. You look at how many views Caleb's episode has
303,000.
300,000, all right. And there's 500 comments.
So,
All right, we were talking a 0.1%,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
it is, right?
I see what you're saying.
The vast majority of people that watch this, they watch it like, and I always often ask my friends or like this group, if you watch
That's
a
a
video,
hilarious
would you leave a comment on a video?
Read that.
All right, let's get into this.
He is not a hunter, a poacher, lawbreaker. I saw that last night and I was like, what?
Yeah, you guys respond.
I responded, hello, John Christian. Do you care to elaborate on what you mean by that comment? The comment was supposed to be about another video, not Midwest Whitetail.
Another video.
Sorry about my mistake.
What?
Which, whatever. John
John
if you're
Christian,
listening,
3983.
Hey, man.
Try harder.
Kick rocks, brother.
Hey.
What?
Before we
But,
dive
like,
into these,
what
there's a
video
couple.
was he watching?
Was he blind?
No, he just didn't expect you to call his ass
Who
out.
knows? Well, yeah. So
That guy
a couple of observations about comments. First and foremost,
Kurt, thumbs down now. would you?
our, the folks that watch Midwest Whitetail, super, super thankful for them. The people who take the time to leave the positive comments, very, very much appreciated.
Best people ever, dude.
But the big thing is, like, at the end of the day, most people are like, that's really cool. They're not going to comment on it, like, right?
Yeah,
Like,
most people don't.
the
I don't comment.
negativity, for whatever reason, it's a more active audience. I don't understand why. I don't know what the accomplished goal is internally.
There is no goal. They don't think.
The goal, it's like, hey, man, we appreciate it. Keep watching the video.
Small wieners make people do weird things, dude. It's like small wiener syndrome. They're just like, gotta hate, dude. They got that hate. If you got hate in your heart, let it out.
Hate, hate.
They got it.
Let's see if we can find any hater comments.
All right,
If you
let's-
look at 550 comments, and then there's maybe 10 that are negative at
maybe.
most.
All right, hard
So
work
if you're
pays off.
looking
That's
at
up.
overall percentages, I mean, the vast majority of our guys that want to leave a comment leave positive stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But you got to take it with a grain of salt.
We're gonna go through and thumbs up some of these.
Thumbs them up.
Hey, first-time viewer, big bow hunter. The first 3 minutes had me, especially when you said you wanted to give back. I'm all about that and appreciate more than most the power of giving. So good. Cool. Thanks,
Yeah,
Sean.
very cool.
Still wondering how did Lucky die? Well, he says it a million times.
This is one of those videos where YouTube algorithm takes it over and puts it out in front of viewers that have never seen it or heard of our
Yeah.
channel, and they're
Shout
looking
out
at this
to the
doing
Lindsay
like,
Way.
what
Yeah.
a cool thing,
Lindsay Way, I love this hunt, guys. Kudos all the way around. Pretty cool.
Thanks, Jeff.
Do they get it from the beaver and water?
So he's talking about theirs. Are they
Gotta watch
asking
out for
about,
that dirty beaver.
Yeah,
They're talking
It'll
about
get you every
I didn't
time.
know where that was
the
headed.
water. Talking about like damming up water and stuff of that nature.
He had to get you.
Josh, don't be so serious.
A lot of good comments, man.
I wasn't even. Were you guys making?
Oh, did you see that?
A lot of good comments.
There's no jokes here.
You guys don't have this is all great stuff.
Frying pan worthy. Hell yeah.
These are the
Unbelievable. Well
same
done.
guys
Yeah,
leaving
sick.
cell cameras all over public land looking for big bucks, and when someone walks by in public land, that is just wrong, Eric.
They text or call and say I'm hunting in that area, so have no respect for them or how they're doing it.
Well, Gavin is the only one doing it, so Gavin, shame on you, man. Yeah,
That was
how dare you?
that was me coming. That sorry.
We're possessive of our deer.
96 cell cameras. Wow.
96.
A lot. I'm gonna. Oh, Caleb responded. Thanks for watching, Eric. I love that, dude. Hey, keep on engaging.
Appreciate you tuning in, buddy.
Thanks for the algorithm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
You can get it up with that stuff.
Okay. All real good comments, guys.
If you want to watch when people talk shit, when I got emotional about my velvet buck in 21, people were like, "You're a pussy." I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
100%."
That was me. I'm
They
so
will let you
sorry.
have it, no doubt.
All right, let's do this.
Just says duck.
Some
You're a
people
pussy.
don't like the kids. We can probably find some kid episodes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Hate
Really?
on the
I hate
kids?
watching the kids. I don't understand.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
kind of funny. Most people love it.
Does
but
someone
there's
just say
some that are
like,
"Quit
fuck
showing
that
the
kid?
kids." Yeah, yeah.
What the hell?
I'm sorry. I didn't make this one for you, bud.
I mean, like that comment.
I'm sorry.
That's crazy. Look at that comment right there. I really miss hunting. All my family I used to go with have passed away.
Wow, that's sad.
Beautiful.
That's crazy. And that's one thing I feel bad about. Like these episodes mature over time, and we can't get to all the comments. You know,
Right.
especially
Right.
because they keep going.
Yeah,
So,
because that's 2 months ago.
yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, we could do better.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
so
full time
time-
gig though. You know, going through
Dude.
all that stuff.
Yep. I need to hit some of these up. I try.
Congrats.
Yeah, there's a lot of good. This is all good stuff. Like you guys don't get as. I mean, there's some douchebags, but like that's.
It's
fine.
few and far between. So if you go all the way to the bottom, you might see one or two that I think most people
What are
don't.
those thingy-majiggers on your boots, Mike?
And there's Billy. Hey, Billy boy.
River Recoveries.
Billy's always chiming in there somewhere.
He does good. He's sharing the love.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff in here. You guys are killing it, man. I don't have anything bad to say. I think you guys are. Let's get off that. I don't want to get on the negative.
I mean, you can type a bad one if you want.
All right, here. Here, let me write one.
You guys suck ass.
This shit's
You lucky mofos.
Little asshole.
Goddamn boogers around every tree.
This shit.
must be
Oh,
nice. Hey,
Don't write
can
that.
Hey,
You can
hey.
Oh,
I had to write it down.
Before you
God
forgot.
damn.
God damn.
God damn.
God damn.
Went
All
west.
seriousness, we're real lucky.
Center. Oops.
I didn't put it. Oops. No, you guys are the shit. I
Yep.
fucking love everything you're doing. You
Keep
guys
doing
are.
it.
You guys got a good team. What should people know?
Good team, good fan base, and great partners. I mean, it doesn't happen without all three components. So,
Right.
while we're on the topic of this, before we move on, thank you to everybody involved because it gives us the ability to do what we do every year. So, what should they know? We got 3 episodes left as of the filming of this. 2 really important episodes coming out this Monday. Team member Zach Rosmus has been with Midwest Whitetail since 2015. One of the best guys out there you could ever meet. You know, he's been a law enforcement officer. He's a county conservation officer. He just is a very, very giving person, doing exactly what we talked about all today, which is chase the dream, bought a farm. He killed his first buck on this property.
Very
He
cool.
achieved his first landowner tag. So
Sweet.
it's a full circle thing of just, again, you dream it, you chase it, you do it, and we're going to try and tell that story.
Lots of hard work.
Yeah. And then at the end of the coming week, similar thing, Justin Lubrecht, Tyler Bellman, those guys are in northern Missouri, work their ass off for our team, and they're a huge part of our team.
For a long time.
Missouri
Yeah, I mean,
boys.
shoot, back to 2016, I think. And so they have this buck, Velveeta, Justin's just been trying to kill for years. Finally came together. They killed him in like -10, conditions. And
Second to last day of season.
Just like a week ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was the day,
It was
last
nasty.
day Eves, 14th,
Yeah.
January 14th,
With a bow.
Missouri. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's
Love it.
Late season.
January 15th or whatever the heck it was.
Yep.
It's just
So-
awesome.
Two awesome stories like that to end the year. It couldn't end better. I mean, and then have our finale show, which we'll do, and then it's time to start working on Chasing November season 9, which, man, yes sir.
Are you guys doing trade shows this year?
No, Iowa Deer Classic,
Iowa Deer Classic.
and then maybe Iowa Deer and Beer or Illinois Deer and Beer in August.
You should.
Yeah, we'd like to go to more next year for sure. I mean, we've talked about it. I mean,
Talked
at the
about
end
it
of the
for
day,
years, yeah.
we just need to come up with a better plan. We'd like to get out there and meet more people. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
It's a very good way to get on the ground floor with everybody.
just like talking deer hunting.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like my favorite part, like the Deer
It's a blast.
Classic.
The Deer Classic's so much fun.
It's the
it's
best.
a blast.
Yeah.
Like I don't really care to talk about what they watch on the show, but it's like when we start talking about
just
their
deer
hunts,
stories. Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
let's talk about that, and
Well, I'll say this: if you guys want to make an appearance at Illinois Deer Classic the weekend after Iowa at our booth and come by and have a beer and see what it's like, or any of the other shows, you guys are more than welcome to come in for a Saturday, make a guest appearance, and have a beer with us, just so you can kind of scout the shows for.
I mean,
I'm
we'll
good
put
at fold-
we'll
I'm
put
good
you to
at
What a
work.
folding
great idea.
shirts. I'm good at folding shirts. Let's go.
Fold some shirts.
I'll tell you
we
this.
have a guy for that now.
We'll allow it.
Sorry, Jordan.
Just a heads up, we're kind of trailing the opposite way. We have done all the shows. I think 2025 we're going to drop off some shows.
Yep.
But we have some game plans to throw events to make up the slack for the. Now they won't do for us monetary wise won't do as good as the trade shows, but we're doing more for our community more specifically. We've done the shows so much, the family side of things is obviously when you put so much in something, something's got to suffer.
Yeah.
And we're gonna take 2025 and give that to our family more because being gone with
Shit,
our hunting.
I mean, you got to think when we started this, we weren't even married yet.
They didn't have kids.
You know what I mean? We weren't married. We didn't have
Still
kids.
just-
Like,
So just young virgins.
That is
We
true.
So
were.
they signed up full knowledge, though.
So
no, they did. It's
You got a
just,
point.
Yeah.
Dumbasses. Got 'em.
You were supposed to make it this far.
Yeah, I
You
thought I'd be
chose
dead
this.
by now. If you wanna know the truth. But we're gonna drop off some shows and dedicate that time to the kids and family, and that way we're just hunting so hard lately, and that's what we want to do.
Yep.
I like the trade shows. I love them. I love being with people who support us.
Right.
I'd rather go hunting and spend time with my family though, and I don't think anybody can blame us for that.
Yeah.
100%.
And you have an amazing audience and support system, from your guys' listeners that I think totally get that.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
Yeah. Yep.
And we got some stuff. I got some deep fucking ideas that I want to do, and maybe it could involve some Midwest Whitetail stuff. I think you guys
Yeah,
could jump on board. We'll talk about it after this.
I think we can
collab
use
with
some of your
them.
knowledge of all these trade shows too. Like if we had to pick 5,
we got you. We
Oh,
got
tell
a
us
perfect
which
fight to go
5.
to. Yep.
Yeah.
We got you. Yeah, we can help.
yeah,
I do love the shows. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
sick of the shows by any means. What I am sick of is being away from the family.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
It's a big hit.
It's rough.
It's a big hit.
Yeah,
Mac.
Doug's taking beat away from his dog.
yeah. Doug's beagle didn't eat dry food
That
for
poor
24
beagle.
hours.
Yeah, dang it.
Shit sucks, dude.
Oh,
Sucks.
that poor dog.
won't get off my leg for a month when I get back. Yeah.
Just going to town.
Sheesh.
Oh, dang it.
Can we? Anything else? Any last words of peace on the podcast until next time?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we're gonna wrap up this season, and we got
got turkeys to chase.
the
Some
off
turkeys.
season and the turkeys. Yeah, so we
Turkeys to
run our off season show for land management stuff, and we got the chasing red for turkeys that we're excited to get after them. But you're probably looking at shed hunting, which that's what I'm looking at
Shed
too.
hunting, hell
Let's
yeah.
go
Yeah.
find some antlers and get
Shed-
ready
I'm
for
s-
next year.
I'm
Let's
saying
pick our
fuck them
targets.
We got trade shows.
But
We're
yeah.
gonna find
Yeah, I was
shit.
saying, the more shows you do, the less shed hunt you do.
It's true. It's
It's a
a
lot,
big trade off.
man.
Yeah, I get 1 week in the year to shed hunt.
Yeah, that's sad. Drake will come shed hunt your farm,
Yeah, help me. Just
but.
Whatever you find,
Go
I
ahead
can
and drop a
keep.
pin.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
like
will.
Josh said, appreciate you guys having us.
Seriously.
Yeah, thank you
appreciate the
guys for being here.
camaraderie and it's always fun to talk deer.
Hopefully, you
So,
guys will come back again.
heck yeah, man. Yeah,
We gave you Blanton's.
the whiskey's good.
Come back if me and Doug can drink Tito's and
Strawberries. Tito's.
I'll have it ready to go.
Well, I appreciate you guys and getting to know you guys and Josh. Like, our friendship is just growing, and I appreciate that. Especially when on the jury side, the deer cast stuff, you had to deal with my ass, and that was fun. And
all family, man.
I do appreciate you guys like coming to us in studio. Like, we really do strive to do in studio podcasts. I think the dynamic is so different that if this was a Zoom call, would not be the same.
100%.
Yep.
So we appreciate that. We appreciate everybody listening. Doug, Eric, what you guys got?
Nothing. Thanks
Doug,
for
you
coming,
haven't
guys.
said a damn word all podcast.
I've said a bunch of words.
I'm waiting
You
for the character here.
All right.
I want the
I got a
kicker.
question for Drake and Mike. Have you ever watched after a hunt and Josh edit the whole thing, and he sent it to you like, dude, I look like a fucking asshole. What'd you do? Like, this is all wrong.
Like,
messed
did you
it
ever
up.
hate it?
Yeah, I hate it.
I don't think ever one time. I think maybe the only thing that I ever had was hey Josh, can we throw like an old riser track in this or it was the music.
You want some little
Old
nostalgia.
riser
Now
track.
Josh always pulls out the riser tracks for me, and I just it's just the Midwest Whitetail.
Well, antler and the
soundtrack.
beans.
Antler and the beans.
Yeah,
That's what
dude,
it's
If you know,
called.
you know.
It's definitely a no for me. I mean, obviously,
Never, dude.
I've been working with Josh since he was the first time he stepped on. I mean, back when we had the blog, way back at the beginning.
2017. It's the one time I've ever been. Man, I was the one time I ever felt like a bitch filming somebody. It's when we were going after DY on
Yeah.
the Van Buren farm,
Yeah.
and I watched you hang a stand, and I was like,
Uh-oh.
"How the fuck am I supposed to get into that?"
Yeah.
You know, you're like, "No, get on that limb and just climb
I've
over."
scared a few people
And I was
away.
like,
I've
all
had,
right,
I've had to
well,
be pretty
Gary
mindful of
Keaton
my
had
Yeah,
sets.
it was my first time ever hunting with Mike. Just met him, and I was like, "Yeah, I can do that." I froze my ass off that night to like feet can't feel him, and I was like, the whole last 30 minutes.
You didn't
I'm
say
like,
anything, did you?
No, I'm not saying shit.
You can't say
I ain't
that.
no bitch.
Yeah, you
I ain't
can't
no
say
bitch.
But I was
that.
just like, I can't feel what I'm I can't feel what I'm touching. But yeah, man, ever since that, you made great food that night, and It's crazy to think how long ago that was.
Yeah, I've definitely grown as
Time
someone
flies.
who, you think everybody hunts like you, right? And so you just like hardcore
Find out
crazy,
quick
climbing
they
up
don't.
limbs. I'm like, oh, this is not how you hang a set. Where you're like, you go to the top of the top stick and then you put the stand as high as you can and you just somehow monkey
You're just
into
like,
it.
that limb
You're
saves
like,
me an
dude.
extra step.
I'm like, okay, all right, let's be
You and my dad
safer.
hang stands the same. My dad would do that to me, and I'm like, fuck.
My legs aren't that long. Yeah.
It's worse when you hunt with a buddy that's like a foot taller than you,
Yeah.
and he hangs the stands
Yes.
because he can space them sticks
Yep.
out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
God
You're
damn it! I
just
grabbed the
all
stick
the
and
time,
pulled
dude.
myself up to get
Well,
onto
and
it.
now you have all the ropes, you have all the safe
Yeah,
lines. There's no excuse
We're way
anymore.
safer
You know
now,
what I mean?
but I'm way more conscientious of it. I've learned enough, got enough feedback to be more
Right.
conscious about how I hang sets, and but yeah, it might have started with you.
Yeah.
I can't quite
Yeah.
remember.
Started with
but-
Josh.
I didn't say anything that night, but it just goes back that far. It's
honorable.
2016.
I'm
We
all
were
about
talking
feeding the
that.
guys. The guys, I feed them good Cajun food, and they don't.
It makes up for all the
They
danger.
they don't whine as much.
All the
but, you know.
danger.
Yeah.
But no, back to answer your question. I mean, I generally say no, but I think part of that is we always talk so much about the episodes, right? It's not like Josh edits it and I see it like after it's done, right? We're talking about what are you thinking? What am I thinking? What do we have here? How do we make it better? What do we go film? What do we go get? What spine interviews we need to do?
Well, and to be clear, now it's not me doing much of them. I mean, Gavin Katurba and Rye Ludwig. I mean, those guys.
yeah,
They're
every
the ones
editor.
doing the main editing now.
I mean, the teaching though is that hey, let's
Correct.
talk about it.
Correct.
Let's plan it out and let's build
Communication.
the
It's-
best.
and that's where we go
Yeah.
back to our
the
internal.
key to a successful relationship.
Yeah.
Communication.
Your wife has taught you well.
It goes back to the. We just have our internal community. Every
Yeah.
episode that goes out the door, everybody in our team had a hand on it in some way, and so that's what makes it fun.
A true
I mean,
team effort.
Yeah.
So right when you thought you were wrapping it up, you got all that.
No, I love it. Hey, you know who controls our time limit? Fucking nobody.
I guess we blame Drake. Drake said, Doug.
Oh my god.
I got nothing. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Let me ask a
I'm
question.
spent.
I was expecting more out of you.
Let's do a
I'm
thought-provoking
sorry.
question.
I love
Only
it.
question he had.
I'm not
Oh,
blacked, I'm not
let
blacked
me
out
end
at
it- let me
18.
end
Does
this.
Josh suck? No.
I feel like Josh has got something pondering in his brain.
He's always got something.
Huh.
wondering.
What do you have for
He's
us?
got something cooking.
How for you? What do you mean?
Just in general, you have any questions for us?
Everybody just got a fresh drink, so just keep that in mind.
That's right.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm about
Yeah,
to
I'm still
yell.
sipping
What
on
do I
the
have for you
first one.
guys?
Yours is
I'm
still
out.
half full, man.
I'm dry out
You
here.
need
I
an
don't
ice
know.
cube?
What do I have for
I
you?
might.
You just let me know how we can help you, because that's the one thing. Like, we have all the bullshit we talked about tonight that might be wrong. The hunting community is the best community.
Agreed.
So, you let me know how it can help you. That's all I got for you,
You guys are killing it.
Kill me a turkey this year.
dude. We're doing it.
Come on.
Should we talk about what?
Come on.
Bro,
Like,
it's,
we talk
it's
about the
such a
bet?
half-ass bet.
It's a bet.
It's a Snapchat
No.
discussion. I mean, come on.
That's all
Go
we
ahead.
have.
It's all
He
right.
got- he
Hey,
got-
hey, hey, hold
hey,
on. Hey,
he
we
got
I don't
scared-
know about it. I want to know
Yeah,
about
I'm
it.
unaware.
He got scared when he seen the curse trophy today.
Well, so Eric's, he's just like, I can't kill a turkey. I'm like, well, let's go turkey hunting. And he's like, what a dumbass bet. He goes, if I don't kill a turkey, you have to get a tattoo.
You guys
No,
are
it was
tattoos.
opposite. You said if you don't kill a turkey, I'll get a tattoo. You're the
there's
one that made this
so-
bet. I didn't have nothing to do with this bet.
And he's supposed to take you.
Josh is taking me turkey
So
hunting.
Josh is the guide, and
Yep.
if you don't kill, Josh is getting a tattoo.
I guess. I'm committed. You guys said it's the working class logo.
Guy,
There's
you're
worse things.
getting worked
It's
into
a cute
this.
little WCB
Dude,
logo.
It's funny
This
because
is-
like
this
I was
is-
mentioning him too, like, dude, you don't even know. Like Eric is just cursed, man. Like there's something
I
about
my
him.
curse turkey
I have
hunter.
Drake
Really?
Lane.
Yeah, but maybe this year's.
Have
your
you
year.
killed one?
One.
One.
With a bow.
there's
When?
Get this shit. There's a
Okay,
look at
are
this.
you bow hunting or are you gun hunting?
We're
Let's get
gun
Yeah,
back
what's
to
our-
the title.
we've-
I am back.
I've been
done both.
everything.
We're gun hunting.
And I've killed one, and I've been.
Make your point about the trophy.
There's so I walked in this room today, and there's a trophy for the turkey you killed that says "Broken Curse 2020."
Yeah,
That
because I
didn't
think
get-
before that one, I went 5 seasons, and then I finally killed one.
Yeah, the curse is back.
With-
Okay,
with a
there's
gun
one-
and bow.
Are you guys
bow.
like actually like hunting where turkeys are at, or?
Eric's not.
I'm telling you,
Eric's retarded.
Doug's my guide every time. He'll go out and
There's
sit
your
his home
problem.
farm. He'll be there for
I'll be done in a half
6
hour.
minutes, and he's got a turkey kill.
Eric
I go
comes-
with him. It takes us fucking all day, and we don't even see a goddamn turkey.
Or no,
or
like
they-
Eric will
or-
be there. There'll be like 50 turkeys, and they just don't come in. Like There's away from him.
Yeah.
I have stories for you that make you shit yourself. That is not even fucking
Eric,
plausible.
trust
You
me.
just have bad scent control.
That's it.
It's all the
God
jumping
damn it.
jacks.
Son of a
Either way,
bitch.
I got a Drake Lamb as part of my team. I think we're gonna be good.
Okay.
Oh,
getting
this ain't
filmed?
no,
My
this ain't no
thing-
teams. This is
Seen
me
a lot
and
of
you.
turkeys.
Andre.
Yeah.
All I'm
Killed
gonna
a
say
lot
is, how many hunts are we guaranteeing we get to try this? Because Mr. Busy Family Man, 2 jobs.
You get 2.
like
It's got to
no
be a couple.
chance.
A morning and an afternoon hunt.
That's
You
not.
get 1 day.
No way.
Hey, it takes a village.
Yeah.
We'll figure
We'll
it
hunt.
out.
Of turkeys.
All right. We'll figure out the details later and nail this down later for the people. This
I
is just-
said no more bets this year, and here we are.
already
Here we are, fucking
the next
betting
one.
again.
Oh, there's another bet coming. I got plans.
So wait, if you do kill a turkey, you gotta get a tattoo?
We're not nailing this down right now.
No, that wasn't part of the
We
bet.
need to have like
Yeah, you gotta have
whole turkey
repercussions.
hunting deal.
Yeah, we did. There's
There's
needs to be a
needs to
post
happen.
meeting
Yeah,
after this
okay, all right,
podcast.
You can't be doing like this
We
just
gotta
to
meet,
get
gotta
Josh
meet in
a
the green
tattoo.
room for a meeting.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah, we need to have a Zoom call, some things on paper, a
Get
lawyer.
We'll
Some
get Joy's
some
laid out.
signatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need some pictures. We need some
No, it's
pictures.
how
of-
either kill a turkey or not.
we need blackmail proof. We need butthole photos. We need it all. We
Dang.
gotta-
Dang.
And I
the
think that's where
backstory,
we
we gotta
can
have it
just hit the music.
Okay. You know what to do. Go shoot your bow. We love you. Peace.